Start that. Cool. All right. Go to Steam. What? No. Okay. Wait. I need to get Road 96. I was way off. What was that? Oh wait, what's this? Oh, never mind. Wait. I was thinking that I look. You want to play I look. You want to switch it up and play uh. Wait, there was a horror game that we wanted to play. What was it called? The Floor Above. But I think it's something else as well. No? Did we play them? We might have. Oh, it was Zestos. That's why. Right? Zestos? Yeah. Oh, wait, no, we wanted to save those. Um. Draw. Oh, wait, no, it's just clean up it. All right, cool. Low key. Do I happen to where is it? This is way out of order. I think it's this. It's like this. Yeah, okay. Do I happen to S1 really quickly? Or should I? Hold up. All right. Zestos. Ooh. I look you want to do Road of Fear, but we should go in order and go Out of the Dark. That's what we should do. Oh right, he doesn't have. All right. This doesn't have like uh a thing on Twitch, like a category. I don't know why they haven't added his games. Holy, okay, hold up. Uh, Holy loud. With like 5. Is this still loud? There's no way. Um, I think YouTube has. Nope. Okay, cool. Uh, all right. Oh wait. Oh, let's go back into it. I need this open. If I close out of it, is it still gonna be loud, or am I good? All right, we're good. And all right. Bro, I feel like this is still loud. Might just turn it down even more. Hold up. Where is? Put it on 5. Okay. Neatly. Let me listen to it. Neatly. Let me listen to it. Neatly. Let me listen. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 4 of the Zesto series, Zesto's games. This one's Out of the Dark. So the last 2 were his first 2 that we played. So, to be honest, wasn't the best. But I've heard Out of the Dark, and I've heard Out of the Dark and Road of Fear are his better ones. And then obviously he followed me, which was pretty good, the Pizza Parlor one. So we're trying Out of the Dark today. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I heard it's pretty good. So that is the plan for this episode. And then next time we will play his final game, which is Road of Fear. I heard that was his best one so far, so we'll save that for last. But hope y'all enjoy. If you did, like, subscribe. If you haven't seen those other videos, go on over to the Zestos playlist. Watch those videos. Fire. Especially the new one. He followed me. I think that's his best game. But that's, hit up. Okay, let's restart that. Restart that. I lucky sold. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. Today we're playing another Zestos game called Out of the Dark. The last 2 we played were his first 2 games. Obviously weren't the best, but the first one we played was his newest one. That one was really good, and I heard Road of Fear, the last one we're gonna play next episode, is also really good. So that's the plan for today. If y'all do enjoy, like, subscribe, comment down below what other creators the games that y'all want me to play. I said that wrong. Let me know what other games from different creators y'all want me to play in the comments below. Drop a follow on Twitch. Come on over to the streams. We're live every day. And hope y'all enjoy. All right. Lock it in. Left mouse button to continue. My name is Emma. I'm 27 years old. I've always wondered what it would be like to leave the city. To escape from the noise and the crowds. Oh, crowds. Today I'm finally doing it with my best friend Olivia by my side. It's just me and my friend heading to my parents' house in the countryside. But what happened after that, I can hardly believe it. It all turned out so differently than I imagined. All right. So, we're escaping the city. We're going into the country with Olivia. We're Emma. Got it. What else? How are we doing? How are we doing code? What was that? Why is there a sign in the middle of the road? Hold up. I'll turn it up a bit. Chad, do you want me to turn it up a bit? How can I turn this shit off? Yeah, it's an owl. There we go. Oh, there goes the owl. I'm gonna turn the game up a bit. It's a little low. The intro is just super loud. We'll put it like 10. What up, Olivia? How we doing? All right, chat. We're going over to our parents' house in the countryside. Chat, what state do we think we're in? This low-key look like a state with nothing in it. You might be sick. Me too, dude. Or I was. I don't know if I am now, but still feeling it a little bit. Chat, what state do we think? Low-key? Looking like... Bro, where's Rainbow at? We need Rainbow in this bitch. K-Truck. A lot of farmland. Are we in like the back roads of like Texas? Where are we? Also, those do not look like goats at all. those are like big dogs. How long are we driving for though? And why am I only going like 30? Oh, I'm running out of gas. I think. Are we running out of gas, chat? It looks like we're slowing down. We are definitely slowing down. Did I go the wrong way? I literally just held W. I don't know what could have caused it. Alright, you're just trolling in mine. So, oh, okay. I don't know why it took it so long. Why didn't he just like TPS after like the sign? Anyways. 10:27 p.m. Alright, so it took us like 3 hours, I think. Looked like someone was going down, so it's probably like around 7 or 8. I have a feeling that Owl's gonna come and play. It landed on our car. That's never happened before. Can we stop at the next gas station? I need to use the bathroom. Right now, I wasn't planning on stopping. Yeah, I need to. I won't take long, I promise. Alright. Guess we gotta stop for Olivia to use the bathroom. Bro, she can't hold it. Bro, she can't hold it in. We're literally like probably like 10 minutes out. Also, what gas station are we? Wait, are we going to the parents' house or going home from the parents' house? It looks like we're going into the city. So I assume we're going home. It did say on our way home, so I don't know. Seems good to me. But for real, I think I might be sick. Oh, that sucks. Me too. I don't know if I still am, but wait. All right, why can't this car not turn around? Go forward. Thank you. All right, how do I shut this shit off? Not really giving me instructions on what to do. Also, I cannot see. No, we'll just back up a bit. Do we need gas? Wow, okay. Well. No. Why is the car not stopping? The car is just driving. Why you have lady car? I'm a lady. We're here. Oh, I'm going quickly. Take your time, but don't be late. Sure. All right. Wait, bro, I want like food. Can I go in maybe? 10:30. She took. Yeah, whatever. Never mind. I thought she took 30 minutes. She took like 5. Well, since I'm here, I might need some water. Okay. Actually, let's get some water real quick. Cody, give you a little background. We're playing as Olivia or we're playing as Emma. Our friend is Olivia, and we are driving home from our parents' house. Oh, what up, Olivia? Hold up, I'll be right there. What's that noise for? Holy build. Fierce to fathom ass build. I got some water. Why is the music playing? I don't like this. I don't like this. Girls can't survive horror movies? Well, this one did. I think. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna get robbed. I'm about to get robbed, 100%. Yeah, this is the same dude that works inside of the gas station in Fierce to Fathom. Uh, what's the? Oh, Woodbury Hitchhike. Here we go. I need this water for the trip. Sure, this is $1. Thank you. Have a safe journey. What a nice guy, chat. What a nice guy. Yo, $1 for water, not bad. How do I get out? What up, sir? Do you stop here often? Sometimes when I need something specific, something you don't find everywhere. Right. Yeah. Have a good day, sir. What was that? What up, dude? How you doing? All good, just passing through, same as you, I guess. Yeah, just grabbing something before I hit the road again. Safe travels, then. Watch out for the roads ahead. They get pretty dark. Oh, God. I don't know what he's on. Was he, like, getting drugs or something? Also, how do I leave? The door is not letting me... The door is not working. Oh, I didn't grab the water. That's why. Why are them so strong? I don't know. They look like some Roblox character builds. Okay, we're just drinking water telepathically. Oh. Do I need to drink this whole thing? Or... No, we're good. Alright, should I hit the road again? The road ahead gets pretty dark. Well, he said the thing. He said the thing. He said the road ahead. That is the game name. Alright, chat, we gotta watch out for the road ahead. This is quite literally the same plot. Or the same, like, game design as, let me guess, the lights are gonna go out soon? It's like the same thing that happened in, Woodbury Hitchhike. Or, I don't think it's Woodbury Hitchhike, is it? No. It's whatever game is that. Oh. Wait, we're in a neighborhood? Did we go the wrong way, chat? I feel like I need deep sleep. What happened to my car? What did I just drive on? Yeah, let's sleep well. We'll have a lot to do tomorrow. I hope we wake up refreshed tomorrow. We'll be in specific. Wait, what? I didn't read that right. Of course, let's take a long nap and we'll wake up with new energy. Am I talking like a 5th grader? Wait, where's the house? Is it this house? Wait, this is the same neighborhood as he followed me. What the game about? So it's about a girl and her friend that went to go visit the girl's parents' house in the country to get away from the city, and on the way back something happened. I don't really know what. So we're playing as Emma and our friend is Olivia. This is Emma's parents' house, I think. U.S. mail. Wait, or is this our house? Oh, okay. Well, this is not the same house. There's an upstairs in this one. That's cool. What is going on? What is this? Oh, lights. Why is the music like this? Yo, this is scary. Wait, also, this is the same house as Carson House in Fierce to Fathom episode 3, I think. Like, kind of the same house. What's she doing? Well, we finally arrived. The place seems quiet. Yeah, it looks like no one's here. That's good. We need some rest. The house looks better than I expected. Cozy and spacious. I know. I think we'll be able to relax here. All right, chat. All right, chat. I guess we're going to relax. Bro, this house looks amazing. What up, Ben? How we doing? What game is this? It is called the Road of Fear. The Road... Wait. Am I an idiot? The Road Ahead? What game is this? I literally fear nothing except sines, cosines, and tangents. Oh, that's a valid fear. I would agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. Sines, cosines, tangents, not doing it. All right, why can't I? I'm not really about to go to sleep with all the lights in my room on. All right, guess we're going to sleep with literally every light in the house on. The next day, 5:12 p.m. I'm looking for what the game is called. Not gonna lie. I think it's The Road Ahead, because he said the thing at the gas station. The Road Ahead. All right, why are we just sitting here? What time is it? I turned the shit off. It's so quiet here, honestly. I kind of like it. Way better than the noise from the city. Yeah, just a nice change. Something you just need to... Some peace. What kind of music? What is playing? Hold up. How about we do something fun? We've got the grill in the car. Let's make something real quick. Sounds like a perfect idea, and the weather's perfect for it. Let's get started. Turn the shit off. What am I listening to? Where is the music coming from? Oh my god. Shut up. Jeez, what was that? What was I listening to? I think you not know how to grill. I know how to grill, bro. Also, it was not English. Oh, I just realized we didn't bring any meat. Kind of essential for barbecue, right? Seriously, we came all this way without meat. Don't worry, I'll head that small store we passed earlier and grab some. It's not far. Alright, I'll handle the rest of the stuff here while you're gone. We're gonna get kidnapped. Yo. She didn't take the stuff. She just said she was gonna handle everything else. Oh, is she going to the store? Wait, this sounds like a Russian dude speaking English and rapping. Sounds about right. Wait, I need that shit. Don't you dare move. Do not move. I need that. Are we serious? I can't pick up more than one thing at a time. Also, is it like day or night? I can't tell. The sky is like dark blue. But there's like stars. Like, what is flying around my screen? Like fireflies? Yo, chat, did fireflies like... Hopefully it's not copyrighted. It definitely is copyrighted. Yo, a quick question. Did fireflies like get banned? Like, did they get patched IRL or something? Chat, did fireflies get patched? I've not seen a firefly in like 5-6 years. I think they got the ban hammer. Not gonna lie. Looks like dawn, early morning type of thing. No, we got home at like 11:30. Something like 2 years ago. Yeah, facts. I think they got patched low key. What the? How did I? Where am I? This is not my house. Oh yes, it is. Alright, let's take a little house tour. Let's see what's going on. So this is the upstairs, kind of like the inverse of Is this a storage room? It is. What? Yo, Olivia, bro. That door's locked. I don't like that. Olivia, bro, what? Olivia, shut up. Oh. I haven't seen their green lights in so long. I think they're yellow. Anyways, Yeah, what up? How we doing? Do you need anything, sir? Sorry if I'm interrupting, but do you own this cabin? Well, I don't own it, but my parents do. Oh, that's good. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting anything. I haven't seen lights on in years. My wife thought someone had broken in, so she asked me to check it out. What happened to my parents? Well, welcome to the neighborhood. Thanks. If you need help with anything, I'm just across the street from your place. I remember that. What happened to my parents? I'm gonna go see where he walks. I don't trust that dude. Neighbors must seem nice. Well, you know. Oh, okay. It's fading. It's like limeish green or yellow, something like that. Yeah, something like that. 7:37 p.m. What took her so long? She left at like 2. Never know that guy could be a killer. He probably is, Chad. He looked like oh my god, who am I thinking of? I don't know who I'm thinking of. Oh, Fred. He looks like Freddy. Did that dude not look like Freddy? But just like without the cowboy hat or the fedora, whatever he wears. Oh, what did we cook? This looks like slop. What did we possibly cook? He looked like he had no eyes. Yeah, I don't know. He was weird. 8:49 p.m. Why am I just sitting by the fireplace? What year is this? Yeah, he wore the same exact clothes as Freddy. He did, like the plaid, the red plaid and white shirt. I need wait, I need to go to the hospital. My mom's sick. She just called me and said her condition is bad. Oh no, all right, take care of her. Do you need me to come with you? No, it's okay. I can handle it. You can take care. You can take my car. Go quickly. Thanks. Just take care of yourself. Don't worry. Go and let me know as soon as you get there. Goodbye. I'll call you as soon as I check on her. All right. Bye, Olivia. Damn. Poor Olivia. I'll leave now. I hope you enjoy game. All right. Let's see code. Creepy neighbor guy is going to stalk. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm looking for what the game was called. I think it's called The Road Ahead. No, it's not. I don't know. Why am I just sitting on the couch? Am I supposed to be looking at something? I need to shower. Okay, let me up, please. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, I don't... Yo, someone's gonna break in while I'm in the shower. I don't like this. Hold on, let me just double check everything. I think these might be hiding spots. Big ass house, dude. Holy shit. Big ass house. All right. Nothing too concerning yet. I think we'll chill. We'll chill out for a bit. Let's go take a shower. I think we might hear a window smash when we what's it called? When we take a shower though. Don't like that music? Yeah, neither do I. Also don't like how this door's locked. But every other door is fine. Oh, why is every door locked now? Game. Those two are locked. Okay, that's... Why is this door locked? That's the bathroom door. Is that not the... Was there a bathroom downstairs, chat? Did I miss something? We used the bathroom up here 4 times. Why is the door locked now? Something tells me I'm not taking... Oh. Is this a bathroom? Why is every door closed? Maybe I search for a bathroom key? No, okay. Thank God. There's literally a bathroom upstairs. Why? Okay, whatever. The bathroom's broken. How I thought it was in good condition. Looks like there's no solution here, but the man who came today, maybe he can help fix. He might know how to fix it. Oh my God. We're gonna be on some Woodbury Getaway Rick shit again. Where Rick's just like pounding. Rick's just gonna be pounding a faucet sink with a wrench and seeing what happens. Jesus. All right, chat. Let's go get Freddy for help. That's what chat. We're calling him Freddy because he didn't give us a name. Chat. Remember, chat. The door is actually no. We'll leave the door closed just in case. I can't close it. Okay. Well, the door's open. Remember that. Fears of Fathom has prepared me for this moment, chat. The door is open. Remember that. Freddy. Freddy. Oh, God. Freddy's about to say, you ever hammered a shower head before, kid? That's not his wife. Did the Fears of Fathom come out? No. This is a game by Zestos. He makes Fears of Fathom like games be. Fears of Fathom isn't coming out probably for another month. I'm not gonna lie, or so. But we'll keep. Chat, the day Fears of Fathom comes out, we're playing it that same day. And it'll be posted on YouTube if you didn't see it that same day. All right, I don't care. Let Rick, like Rick did in Woodbury, yeah, facts. She's about to say that guy doesn't live there. He's about to say, who are you talking about? Hi, can I speak to your husband? I'm the one who lives in the house in front of you. I have a problem with my shower and I need his help. I'm 20 years old. I'm not married. I don't have a husband. There we go. Oh, shit. I skipped. Sorry, I got the wrong house. No, you didn't. Weird. He said he lived here. Yeah, look at that, chat. My door is closed. Yep. Did y'all see that? Oh, never mind. Just render distance. Do I go door to door or? Also, B, it's Fears to Fathom, not Fierce. Fierce of Fathom. Wait, chat. Do I go door to door or do I go back home? Let's just turn. Yeah, it's just render distance. Wait, the lights are off now. Oh no, they're not. It's so nice out today. Not for me. Well, we have another bathroom. I don't know why we can't just use that one. Why can I not close this door? Why are the doors just not working? How did that door shut? How was the door shut? All right, whatever. Hello, is there anyone here? Yeah, I just need a moment of your time. Can you let me in? What do you want? I can't let you in. I understand. Just know that you can't hide forever. I will be here. All right, chat. Well, we got... I think he lives in, like, that house. Oh, no, he doesn't live in this neighborhood. I'm an idiot. Do you stream on Fridays? We stream every day. He didn't see you? I don't know. The door was open. Now it's closed. He didn't see me, but the door was wide open. Also, where did he go? Whatever. Is the game too loud now, chat? The game was... Bro, the intro was super loud. Where do I go, though? I'm confused. I can't run. What? Where did he come from? What was that? He suddenly has an axe now. Bro, what was that? Was that like supposed to happen? I went upstairs and just he teleported on me. After 7 hours. What was that? I can't. Oh. This is the Taliban? What is this shit? What happened in the past 7 hours? Oh my god, is this game? Yeah, I forgot what the game was called. What? Where did this dude take me? What could have possibly happened in the last 7 hours? Also, did nobody like... What happened to my friend? No text, nothing? We're living in Afghanistan? I don't even know where we are. Gotta be something like that, though. I hate that I can't move my mouse or anything. I'm just perma stuck in this one position. I can't look around or anything. 8 hours ago. What? Did my friend just stab me in the back? Wait, what was that? I'm confused. My friend just called a Colt to come get me? What a bitch! Said 911. I thought, yeah, she did, but. Wait, how did she know? Wait, the police are gonna come get me. Somehow, somewhere, they're gonna come get me. I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna get here, but they're gonna get here. Trust it, Chad. Trust the process. We got plot armor. Never mind. My friend's chilling. My friend's chilling. She called. She called the police for me. Are they gonna light this car on fire or something? Are they gonna drive me off a cliff? What is happening? I'm like confused. How did we end up here? We were just in the U.S. How are we like in the middle of a desert and like we gotta be in, like Arizona, right, chat? That's like the only logical explanation. We gotta be like Arizona. What are they? What are they like scoping into? Who are they waiting for? Arizona, Nevada? Yeah, something like that. Wait, I'm a trained assassin now? What the? Alright, chat, yeah, about to. Wait, do I shoot one? Do I shoot him? Who do I shoot? The sub team, we have the hostage's location confirmed. Oh no, we're part of the police now. They force you to undergo training. Targets are armed and dangerous, so stay sharp. No, everyone take your position, keep it silent, and wait for my signal. No, I think we're part of the. Do I shoot? I'm mark. Ready? Ready, weapon, steady. What if I just don't fire? 3. I think we're part of the police now, cause we're like shooting we're the hostages. I just didn't even shoot. I can't shoot. Wow, I did not hit that. Bang. Bang. Wait, I'm locked. Where else? Where at? I'm not seeing. I don't have anywhere to shoot. Wait, I'm a 4 for 4. I'm a 4 for 4. Hey, 4 bullets, 4 deaths, chat. We're chilling. See, I told you, we're part of the police force. Wait, that's like the first time we actually like had an interactive mini game. That's kind of cool. Wait, that was the first time we've ever had like an interactive mini game inside of one of these games. That was kind of cool. W please. Hey, W friend. W friend. How did she know? Like, cause the dude came after she left. So how did she know? What is going on with these cars? What's happening? Yo, this is some like 90s action movie type shit. I don't know if the friend knew. The cops might have known. No, because she called 911. Never imagined all of this would happen I thought it was just an ordinary trip, but I had no idea what was waiting for me. After everything, I still can't believe all that happened. It was tough, but in the end, I made it out alive. Yeah, I don't know how. Hey, this is like the okay. Let me give my thoughts. Let me give my thoughts, chat. This was Zesso's best game out of the old. So he played his first and second game, and now we play this one. This was his best one. I'm gonna just for because the music is loud. This was his best one out of the first three. But that story was like the most unrealistic thing. I know they're all based on true stories, but if I had to pick one out of the Fears of Fathom games and Zessos and Tales Beyond the Tomb that we've played, that was pretty unrealistic. Not gonna lie, because in the span of 12 hours, we drove to her parents' house. We got sick. Fair. The shower didn't work. We ran into Freddy Krueger. The doors suddenly stopped working, which is probably just like a game bug. And then we got teleported to like the middle of a desert and got captured by like the Taliban or something. That we were also part of the police force that came to I don't I don't know. Out of the dark, that's what the game was. Yep. Yes, out of the dark. I don't know, chat. It was hey, great game nonetheless. Definitely better than Night Watch and better than actually no, Hillside Arcade was pretty good. Hillside Arcade was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. That was a pretty good game. But hey, W game nonetheless. YouTube, if y'all did enjoy, like, subscribe. Comment down below what other series games you want me to play. If there's other series games like Fears of Fathom that you want me to play, comment down below. Follow Twitch, live every day. Get the hell in the streams, and I will see y'all boys soon, all right? Peace. WT Metro. All right, chat. Do we want to run reacts now, or do y'all want me to do something else before reacts? What were we thinking? What up, Chestnut? Welcome in, by the way. Yo, chat. When do we think? Also, look at this shit. We are expected to. All right, I'll see you, B. Do the monkey chicken dance. That's not what I was referring to. Yeah, reacts. Okay, bro, chat. Look at this shit. We're expecting to approve and launch the PCVR build in the next day or two. Oh, I'm glad I don't have a VR. Oh, how glad I am I don't have a VR because I know damn well we'd have to play that. All right, reacts. Chat, what do we want to react to? What are we thinking? Let's hop on Fern and see what's up with that. I'm about to send you a VR. No, you will not. Oh yeah, that's kidnapping. Can you beat Subnautica without terrain? Yeah, probably. Your life has every rank on the FBI's most wanted list. Wait, chat, I want to watch that. Wait, should we watch that first? Should we watch that first? It's only 15 minutes. Also, that'd be Joe. Should we watch this first? What the hell is this? 4 Levels of Fear. Darman's still uploading. Nerd and Bully swap lives for 48 hours. Jesus. Watch the Joe. We could watch the Joe vid. Darman vid. We're not watching Darman. I kind of want to see what he's been uploading. I just want to see. Teen shamed for wearing hand-me-downs. Mom forces her kid to be homeschooled. 2 girls switch at their birthday. Spoiled girl won't sit with dad on plane. What are these AIs? Like, bro, they used to make like actual thumbnails. Like these. What is this? What he draws in Steel of Brainrock comes to life. Oh my god, what are we even making? What are we even making anymore? what he draw. These are supposed to be like real messages. What kid draws in Roblox steal a brain rot is what comes to real life. Big ass video. Back when Darwin was all about short stories telling meaningful messages. Yeah, facts. Mom doesn't know Sun is an art legend. Vids are 10-minute max? Nah. Nah, vids were never 10-minute max. Let's go down a bit. Like, see? Even a year ago, 19, 20. But look at the thumbnails. Went from like this to this. All right, anyways. He's got 27. Never mind. Diamond fell off hard. Chat, I want to watch this first. And we'll hop into that Dutch kidnapping. We can watch Jovid as well. Also, do we watch this? The longest hijacking in history? I feel like we have. Chat, do y'all know if we watched that? The longest hijacking in history? I think we watched that on Fern, right? This is Cypher's video. You know who also has good videos, chat? Visual Venture.
Brandon J. Broderick.
Who?
Level 1, the poster. You're not on the most wanted list yet.
This is like a drawing type video. Okay, chat, lock in. This is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Oh, let's change the category, just chatting. All right.
Poster at the post office that nobody reads. Bank robbery in a small town, caught on 3 different cameras, face clear as day. You wore a...
First of all, why are we not wearing a shiesty? Longest hijacking, like longest unsolved or longest time. I think it's the longest time. I think it's the longest like time hijacking. I think we watched. Hold on, let me check really quickly. We can look at that after, but let me see Fern. I think Fern posted something like that. Oh, I want to watch this. Oh, wait, did we watch this? The tragic story of... Oh, yeah, we did watch this. We did watch this, right? Did we ever watch this, chat? I can't remember if we watched this or not. We did, right? I think we did. I think we watched the longest maybe we watched like Hit Cypher's video, the longest hijacking.
Level 1.
Hold up. Let me click on it real quick.
20 minutes after Trans World Airlines Flight 847 takes off. A stewardess in first class.
Nah, we ain't watched that. We can watch it though. It's in my history now. All right, chat, lock in. Lock in on this.
Level 1, the poster. You're not on the most clear as day. You wore a hoodie, but forgot about the angle from the teller's station.
Why we're not watching a shiesty? Or why we're not wearing a shiesty, chat? Like, what are we doing? If you're gonna rob a bank, pay $30 and buy a shiesty. It's not that hard.
Amateur hour. The FBI opens a case because it's a federal crime, but you're just a number in the system. One agent gets assigned, part-time, along with 40 other cases he's juggling.
Yo, chat, we know damn well that agent is not solving that case. He's probably got like a mass shooting, a bank robbery of like an actual bank. You know, he's probably got like a kidnapping. We know damn well that dude does not care about a little ass bank inside of an unknown name city.
He'll check the databases, run your photo through facial recognition, send some emails to local police departments. Then he'll move on to...
Also, they would find you in like literally 5 minutes if you just didn't wear anything on your face. They would literally find you in quite literally 3 minutes. Run your face in database and call it a day and go arrest you. It would not be that hard to catch you if you did not wear anything on your face. If they have your eyes, mouth, and nose, you're cooked.
Pressing. You've got maybe 3 weeks before anyone seriously looks for you. Most bank robbers get caught because...
only most wanted people's case would want to be solid facts. Unless it's really easy. Like this would dead ass take if he actually tried it would take him 5 minutes.
Because they tell someone, a girlfriend, a drinking buddy, some guy they met at a bar who seemed cool. You stay quiet. You don't spend the money in obvious ways. You don't suddenly buy a new car or take a trip to Vegas. The cash sits in a storage unit while you work your regular job and pretend nothing happened.
So we had a plan to how we're gonna spend the money and how we're gonna keep the money. We had a plan for all that. We're actually really smart. We're actually really, really smart. But we chose not to wear anything on our face. What? So we had a plan. We bought a storage unit. We put all the money inside the storage unit. We're gonna clean it throughout a period of 5 years. We didn't spend out on a car. We didn't go to Vegas, nothing like that. We're actually working a job. We didn't just quit out of nowhere. But we didn't hide our face. He wore permanent marker, trust. Classic robberies always have that robber. Always had that robber hat. Bro, he didn't have anything on. He had a hood. He had a hoodie with no hood on.
6 months pass. Your case goes cold. The agent has newer robberies to worry about. You're still wanted, technically,
But not
you're
really.
not wanted actively. There's
But he's in the adoption center, but not picked. But he's in the adoption center, but not picked. Just the casual wear facts. Yo, chat. All right, we're starting a new series on the stream. It's gonna be called Cold Cases. We down a case of beer and then try and solve an unsolved mystery. W segment. Nah, chat. Those shits are so funny. I love them.
the difference. You could live like this for years if you're smart. Some people do. Level 2,
The regional threat.
regional threat.
Okay, so it's
Get
just like
3 more banks. Different cities, same state, similar method. Now there's a pattern, and patterns get attention.
Yo, chat, here's the thing. I feel like if you rob a bank once and you get away with it, you probably got what, a few mil? You're set. You probably got like 10, 20 mil. You're set for at least a few years. If you play it smart and invest, you're set for life, right? Why are we going to another bank? You should do that. Not doing that. Why? But why would we rob 3 more banks if you got away with 1 and you're set? Why are we going to 3 more?
The FBI creates a task force. Small one, just 4 agents, but they're focused entirely on you. They call you the Hoodie Bandit in internal reports.
The
because
Hoodie
nobody knows your
Bandit.
actual name yet. Local news picks up
Greed gets them always. That's fair.
the story. Your photo goes out on social.
My fault. Grandpa came to say hi. The average gain from a bank robbery is surprisingly low, typically ranging between 4 and 7,500. Oh, despite the high risk and severe legal consequences, bank robberies is statistically one of the least profitable criminal activities related to the potential jail time. Level 1 and 2 is significant jump PFX. Level 4, level 3's. I'm gonna just take a wild guess. Level 1 is that. Level 2 is like you're now getting attention, but nobody really is like actively searching for you. Number 3 is now you're like a serious threat, and then 4 is like SEAL Team 6 knocking on your door. You know what I mean? It's gonna be something like that. Also, 4. Who would rob a bank for 7,500? Who would rob a bank for 7,500, bro? That's dead ass like 2 months of pay if you have a good job. Chat, am I wrong? Is that not like 2 months of pay if you have a good job? You about to risk life in prison for 2 months of pay. Hold on, let me see. We're gonna assume this is in the USA. has 25, the average monthly salary is about 5,600. So you may be risking your life for 4K, which is less than a month of salary. What are we doing? What are we doing? What's the point in that? $7,500 at most. Your month is 5K. You're risking your life for a bonus? Not even a bonus. You're risking your life for like, what is that? 25% of what you actually get paid? 50% of what you actually get paid per month? Stupid.
Social media. Tips start coming in, most of them useless. People
Bros on
see you
Facebook.
everywhere. You're in Ohio and Florida and Montana simultaneously, according to witnesses who are absolutely certain. The task force filters through the noise, looking for the one tip that's real. You
Patterns.
make your first serious mistake. You use your phone near a bank you're scouting, just checking Google Maps. Nothing illegal,
Wow.
but your phone pings a tower. The FBI doesn't have your number yet, but they have data from every phone that was in that area during your surveillance window. That's 3,000 phones. They'll narrow it down.
Not bad.
The list gets shorter every time you scout a location. You don't know this yet. You think you're being careful. You vary your targets, change your appearance slightly, never hit
Bro got
the
a
same
hat.
region twice in a row. But digital exhaust is piling up in databases you can't see.
So they have your phone. They can narrow it down to at least 5 in that range. What happened? I think it's when it fell when we were building that Lego set. Yeah, whatever. All right, lock in.
The net is tightening, and you won't feel it until it's already closed. Level 3, the federal priority.
So they probably have a database of at least 5 phones within your range, because it's probably blaming anything on that Lego set. I am blaming anything on it. Chat. Anything, anytime anything goes wrong, we're blaming it on that damn Lego set.
You graduate to violent crime. A robbery goes wrong. Security guard pulls a weapon. You pull yours.
Not my idea. All right, my fault. All right, we're back. We're back. Sorry, chat.
First, he's sorting up in databases you can't see.
All right, so level 2, they probably narrowed down to at least 5 people because, let's be honest, within like a block, you probably have at least 5 people near you at all times. So you probably narrow down your phone ping to at least in that radius.
The net is tightening, and you won't feel it until it's already closed. Level 3, the federal priority. You graduate to violent crime. A robbery goes wrong.
Are we wearing the same clothes every time? Is this just like, yeah, fit of the day to go rob a bank? This is my robbing hoodie. I rob it. I wear it every time I go to rob something. Like, why do we always have a gray hoodie? dark gray pants with black pants and black shoes.
Security guard pulls a weapon. You pull yours first. He survives barely, but now you're not just a thief.
Now
You're an
you're a
attempted
killer.
murderer. Everything changes. The task force triples in size. Your case gets a dedicated intelligence analyst who does nothing but build a profile of you. Where you strike, when you strike, the gaps
how.
between crimes, the geographic pattern that you think is random but isn't.
Bro, this went from being like just left behind to now only focus on you. Like other crime going on in the background, they don't give a shit.
Humans are terrible at randomness. We create patterns without realizing it. The analyst sees them. Your face goes on billboard that you
I
think
kind of
is
want to see the pattern. Okay, so. Ooh, I'm seeing it. Yeah, I'm seeing it. So he started where did he start? He probably started here. Went 1, 2, 3. Hopped on over all the way to these two. Hopped back. Then took a flight over here. Hit 5. Bang. Back over to get these two. And over here. Down. Around. Across. And we're back here now.
random but isn't.
Bang, look at
Humans
that.
are terrible at randomness. We create patterns without realizing it. The analyst sees them. Your face goes on billboards.
So I could just predict where you're
Crime
going to strike
Stoppers
next.
offers a $25,000 reward. Your photo
All I'm going to say is, chat, are you going to try and stop an attempted murder for 25K? I mean, that's a good reward nonetheless. But to fully stop him to risk your life for 25K, I don't know if my life is worth 25K. Give me Hunt it. You know what I'm saying? Let's bump it up. He's a killer. He's a killer. Let's bump that prize up a little bit, you know? Inflation. We should just inflate the reward.
is on the FBI website now. Not the most wanted list yet, but you're climbing.
New.
Media gives you a better nickname, something that sounds dangerous. The news runs your story every time there's a slow news day.
Chat, what would y'all what would y'all what's it called? What would y'all name him? The my fault. Yo, I wouldn't. Yo, chat, listen to this. Listen, the unmasked dumbass. Hear me out now. Bank robber Robert. The bank robber Robert. Nah, bro, he's the unmasked dumbass. Cause what dumbass robs a bank with no mask? what dumbass robs a bank with no mask on?
You become real to people. Not just a face on a poster, but a narrative.
Yeah, what up, Cookie?
A threat in their community. Tips flood in by the hundreds. One of them is your ex-girlfriend who recognized your hands in the surveillance footage.
Yeah, I'm shooting her before I start. Yo, anytime you want to rob a bank, kill the ex. All right, just go kill her real quick. You know, no one's gonna know. Just hit a little, across the street on some whatever that was in Out of the Dark.
She didn't know it was you at first, but then she saw the way you hold a gun, the stance, and something clicked. The FBI is at her door
Look at
within
Cookie.
hours.
Look
Level
at Cookie.
4, the manhunt begins. They know your name now. They know where you grew up, where you went to school, who your family is.
It's an ex she's snitching like hell, yeah,
Agents interview
facts.
Your parents, your siblings, your former co-workers. Everyone you've ever known gets a visit. Some of them cooperate.
Some of them don't.
Of them don't. Your mother cries and says she doesn't know where you are, which is true. Your brother says nothing and closes the door. The FBI freezes your bank accounts. They monitor your email, your social media, every digital
Okay, Cookie,
footprint
30%
left
morale
behind.
boost. Yeah, facts.
They track down your known associates and put surveillance on them, hoping you'll make contact. You've been smart enough not to so far.
Bro, she's
But
8.
isolation is its own kind of prison. You're sleeping in motels, paying cash, using fake names that won't hold up under real scrutiny. but work fine for a clerk who doesn't.
But he's having a name like Robert Sheshwanka or some random thing like that. Or he's giving basic names. Josh Smith.
Care. You're in Missouri, or maybe Arkansas, somewhere in the middle of the country,
What up, dude?
where you can disappear into small towns that don't ask questions.
What do you mean Cookie's gonna get a midlife crisis soon? No.
You grow a beard, lose weight from the stress, start to look different from your photos, which helps.
A little
You're
bit.
running out of money, and that means you'll need to hit another bank soon.
Loki looks good. Loki, this chicken one kind of looks gas, not gonna lie. How could you grow a
we
beard?
root for the home team because they're our team too.
I don't care.
And with more than 25 local Chase branches.
The prep
Wait, how can you grow a beard? What do you mean? What do you mean? How do you grow a beard?
Preparation takes 2 days. You scout a target in a town so small it doesn't have a traffic light. Population 800. 1 bank, 2 employees. The kind of place where everyone knows everyone, which makes you visible, but also makes the FBI presence unlikely. They're
Facts. What? Like you said, the guy grew a beard to look different. Be a man. Nah, I mean he just didn't shave. Facts, just wait long enough. Dude, we're like years in the future now.
Focused on cities. You're betting on that. The robbery takes 4 minutes. You walk in at opening, map.
Chat, what's the number one rule, bro? What's the number one rule? Mask on, no face, no cases. What did Buddy not do for the first 17 bank robberies? Did not wear a mask. He did not wear a mask. Yo, chat. You see this? See this right here? See this? $20. Go buy one. Ain't that hard.
Mask on, gun out. The teller is 60.
See, but here's the thing, bro. They know you're gonna. They know you had failure at a big bank. So what are they gonna expect you to do? Go back to small banks. What are they looking for? Small banks in an area. Don't rob at opening. That's also true.
Years old.
You gotta rob at like a random time, like 4:37 p.m. on a random Wednesday.
And shaking so hard she can barely open the drawer.
Chad, you know what's true though? Also, why does the robber have his hands up? Why does the robber have his hands up? Freeze! Wait. Freeze! Wait a second. It's so stupid. Chad, you know what's funny? At a certain point in time, dude, there's gonna be a thing where it's like any random thing that you can say is now not random. Like a random number, like 47. That's not really a random number anymore because it's been said so many times as a random number. You know what I mean? So like I want to go on a random Tuesday at 8:29 p.m. Happened before, not really random anymore. Somebody said it before. 4:53 in the afternoon in a random Midwestern countryside town. Yeah, but they're gonna be expecting it.
You take $12,000. Not enough to run forever, but enough to buy time. You're back in your car before anyone thinks to call the police. 3 counties away before the local sheriff even gets the description.
Holy. Chad, this is like that one town in Texas that is 80 miles away from a Walmart. Hold up. What town is that? I watched a Joe Bart video on it. So you know what I'm talking about? Was breaking crazy speed limits. The speed limit is probably like 2. I forgot what town it is, chat. Who knows what I'm talking about? Chat, who knows what I'm talking about? what's the smallest town? What? I can't think. But yeah.
But something went wrong. The bank had a new security system installed last month. Facial
Cooked.
recognition that captured your eyes, your gait, the specific way you moved through the door. The footage uploads automatically to a federal database. The match comes back in 17 minutes. The task force knows where you are. Not
Bro, what? Okay, let me get this straight. You're telling me a town that doesn't even have a traffic light in in a population of 800 has a security system that can track your movement?
Jordan.
exactly,
Mom's
but
a-
close enough. Within a 100-mile radius, they mobilize everything. Helicopters.
How
roadblocks,
can they afford that though? Wait. How can they afford that? How can they afford? Bro, that security system probably costs more than they make a month. Kitchen is closed and scoreboard. That's what she said. For those of you wondering, Jesus, shut up.
local police departments coordinating across state lines. Your phone, the burner you thought was safe, pings a tower outside the town. They triangulate your direction. The radius shrinks to 50
Wait.
miles, then 20. You don't know any of this is happening. You're driving the speed limit
What,
on
what was that?
your direction.
Listen.
Radius shrinks to 50 miles, then 20. You don't know any of this is happening. You're
You don't know none of this is happening. This is Loki W video. Loki
driving
W
the
video.
speed limit on back roads, thinking you got away clean, thinking you bought yourself another
Okay, we're not in the US because we're driving on the left. Chad, what country do you think this is in? UK? Probably UK.
month. The first roadblock appears on Highway 63. You see the lights a quarter mile ahead and turn off before they spot you. Your heart rate spikes. That wasn't random. They're looking for you specifically.
Wow.
The net is closing. You ditch the car in a grocery store parking lot and walk into
For open land, I
It's
don't hate the UK.
temperature and
Australians do drive on the left. That is true. But Australia is very like the only place to really like I learned this from Onipixel and Jinxie in Joe Bart's GeoGuessr Attorney. Australia, the only where to guess is on the outskirts because nobody lives in the middle of Australia. That's just vast desert and wasteland. So because this is not coastal, not Australia. Come on now. I'm locked in. Chat, we should play GeoGuessr. Chat, is GeoGuessr free or not? I was told it was, but when we tried playing it wasn't.
in the 20s. You're wearing a jacket meant for autumn, not winter. You have the 12,000 in a
Oh,
back.
plus it's winter. Australia can't have winter. Plus Australia, there's no winter in Australia. I don't hate the UK. I do not hate the UK here. I think we might be in the UK, not gonna lie.
A handgun, a bottle of water. No plan beyond getting dis.
Mm. The coldest temperature officially recorded in Australia is minus 23 degrees Celsius. The reading demonstrates that while Australia avoids the sustained deep freezes of northern hemisphere land masses, I don't know what I'm looking at. Why, yo, yo, chat, look at this, bro. Look at this, bro. Looked up what's the coldest Australia gets. Look at the last thing. Need Robux? See how to earn. Chat, who wants Robux? All right. Well, Australia does not get freezing temperatures, bro. Australians have winter in our summer months. Yeah, I know, but it doesn't get winter temperatures. That's what I was pointing out. It doesn't get minus 10 degrees commonly. That happened one time ever. It was negative 9 degrees Fahrenheit. He's clearly in like 4-degree weather right now. You don't have freezing breath in Australia. That shit doesn't happen.
Distance between yourself and the road. The woods are dense. Oak and pine, the ground is frozen. You move fast at first, then realize speed doesn't matter if you don't know where you're going. You slow down. Try to think. The next town is 15 miles.
Actually, speed does matter if you don't know where you're going because, well, if you don't know where you're going, the cops also don't know where they're going. But at the same time, it's kind of a one-way, so you're kind of cooked. They're kind of just trailing behind you.
You could make that by nightfall if you push.
Get
Find a
Oni Pixel
hotel.
on this? Nah.
Figure out-
Oni Loki is good. Bro, Jinxie was actually doing good too. Nah, Oni's or Jinxie had like a coach. Jinxie and Oni had a coach. I forgot who it was. It wasn't Rainbow. It was somebody else. But he was cracked, Loki.
The next move.
Who watched that
Your
stream?
feet are already
Then did you
going
watch
down.
it?
Level 5, The Fugitive. You survive 3 days in the woods. Temperatures drop to single digits at night.
Cooked.
You build fires that you extinguish before dawn.
Cooked.
Terrified the smoke will give you away. You ration the granola bars you bought at a gas station, eating half of one per day. The water bottle freezes. You melt
Oh.
snow in your hands and drink it.
Jinx, you guys stream? No, it wasn't Jinxie Joe Geogesture. It was Joe's Twitch rival event. It was like 2 days ago. One bank robbery turned into this. Yeah, facts. One bank robbery in a small unnamed town that went cold cases turned into him freezing from the cold, surviving on cases of water. Cinema. Bars. What are we even talking about? What are we even talking about here? Come on now, chat. Off the dome. Off the bars. Or from a cold case to living off cases in the cold. I'm
Knowing it's
locked.
dropping your
Yeah, I'm
core
locked. I'm
temperature,
locked. I'm locked.
But having no choice. On the third night, you see lights through the trees. A farmhouse, isolated. One vehicle in the driveway.
He's going to that
Watch
house.
For an hour.
Average story
No
your
movement.
parents yap about.
No signs of life beyond.
Back in my day, that's how we got to school. We had to rob a bank first, though, to get enough money for the cops to want us. That way we could be wanted on our way to school.
The light in the kitchen.
type of shit.
Warmth.
Type of way they get to school in Canada, bro. Instead of riding mooses, they ride on top of cop cars.
Need food. Need to get out of the cold before hypothermia finishes what the FBI started. You break in through a basement window. The house is empty. Not abandoned, but the owners are gone.
Okay.
Vacation, maybe.
Oh,
Find canned food in the pantry. Blankets in a closet.
yo, the best house to be inside of is hopefully they're like, chow. What are those people called when they go to like Florida or something in the winter? What are they called? I forget what they're called.
You stay for 2
But you know what I'm
days,
talking about?
rationing
Hopefully
everything,
that's them.
keeping the
Now they
lights
gotta walk
off,
in soon,
trying to become invisible.
bro. I'd be on
Second
edge that
day,
they come in.
A neighbor drives by slowly, too slowly, looking at the house like something's wrong. You leave immediately, back into the woods, back into the cold. The task force finds your fire pits,
Whoa.
tracks in the snow that you tried to cover but couldn't eliminate completely. They bring in dogs, bloodhounds that pick up your scent and follow
Instantly.
it through miles of forest.
Oh, how do
Hear
they
them before
find
you see
that?
them, baying in the distance, getting closer. You run. Full sprint through undergrowth that tears at your clothes and skin. You cross a creek, hoping the water breaks the scent trail. It doesn't. The dogs adjust and keep coming.
Cooked.
You're exhausted.
Cooked.
Haven't eaten in a day. Your body is shutting down. The helicopter appears overhead. Thermal
Gotta
imaging
lather yourself in black pepper. Lather yourself in like cayenne pepper or something.
spots your heat
Or
signature
sugar.
through the canopy. They vector ground units to your location. You have maybe 10 minutes. You find a ravine and slide down, injuring your ankle on the
Bro's
descent.
going mining.
The pain is immediate and absolute.
Bro's
You
going.
can't run anymore.
Yo, drench yourself in like chocolate.
Can barely walk.
Ice cooked.
The dogs arrive first. Then the handlers. then tactical units with rifles trained on you from positions you can't see.
Cooked.
Someone yells commands you can't process through the adrenaline and fear and cold. You raise your hands. The gun is still in your waistband, but you don't reach for it. Some part of you knows that reaching means dying. They tackle you anyway.
You'd rather die at this
Face in
point.
Frozen dirt. Hands zip-tied behind your back. The weight
Zip
of
tie.
3 officers on your body. The helicopter is deafening now. Rotor wash kicking up leaves and ice. Someone reads you your rights, but you can't hear the words over the noise and your own breathing. You're arrested.
Okay, he's cooked.
You're caught. 15 months of running ends in a ravine in Missouri.
15
Your face
months.
pressed into soil that smells like
Now, was this all really worth 12K? Was this all really worth 12K? He should turn himself in, got the 25K, then went to jail. You know what I'm saying? They're working average 95 facts. Yo, Che, you know what'd be fire? All right, say this. Say there's a 25K reward. Instead of robbing a bank, you get your parents or like you get your friend or somebody that you know to turn you in. They get the 25K and they bail you out. Thoughts? Thoughts? What do we think? What do we think? Or is he just on? Nah, he didn't kill anybody. He's not in no parole.
decay. The charges scroll past you in the county jail. Armed robbery times 14, attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon,
Never mind.
fleeing, weapons charges.
Definitely no parole.
Each count carries years. Together, they carry decades. Your public defender is 26 and handling 70 cases.
Cooked.
She's competent but drowning.
Cooked.
She tells you the evidence is overwhelming. The surveillance footage, the DNA from crime scenes where you left sweat or skin cells, the
Jesus.
ballistics matching your weapon to 3 different robberies. The federal prosecutor offers a deal. Plead guilty to 8 counts. Accept 40 years. Or go to trial and risk life without parole.
Isn't 40 years technically? Wait, life without parole is 25 years, right? Chat, isn't a life sentence technically 25 years? Never mind. Gotta get Saul, Mike, and J.O. on this. Yo, fat, you gotta get bro's gonna be in debt by the time he gets out if he's getting those 3 on it. The big 3.
You take the deal. The sentencing hearing lasts 20 minutes. The judge reads the charges, asks if you understand.
Cooked.
You say yes. He sentences you to 40 years in federal prison. No parole. You'll be 71 when you're released. If you survive that long, they transfer you to USP Leavenworth 3 weeks later. Maximum security. The bus ride takes 11 hours.
Oh, 3 weeks, never mind.
Shackled to 8 other inmates who don't speak.
Damn,
Prison
8
appears on the
hours?
horizon like a monument to failure. Concrete walls 30 feet high. Guard towers at each corner. Razor wire catching sunlight in a way that looks almost beautiful from a distance. You're processed, stripped, searched, issued uniforms that smell like industrial detergent. Assigned a cell that's 8 by 10 feet. A toilet without
Not
a
bad.
A
Oh.
bunk bolted to the wall.
You're gonna need to rob another bank to pay them off. Bro, you need more. You need like a few banks to pay them off.
Cellmate who's been inside for 19 years and stopped talking to new arrivals a decade ago.
Damn.
The first year is the hardest. Everything you were before this doesn't matter. Your name becomes a number. Your identity becomes a classification.
Wow.
Medium risk. General population. Cell block D. You learn the rhythms. Count time at 5 a.m. Breakfast at 6.
Cooked.
Work detail at 7.
What is work
The days
detail?
blend together. Weeks become months, become years. You stop counting after the first 18 months. It doesn't help to count. Some inmates find religion.
Always cell block
Some
D
find
facts.
education.
Always cell block D.
Some find violence. You find routine. Work in the kitchen. Read in the library. Exercise in the yard. Keep your head down. Avoid the gangs. Avoid the guards. Avoid anything that adds time to a sentence that's already longer than most marriages. 22 years pass. You're
Jesus.
53 now. Gray hair, bad knees, scars from a fight you didn't start but had to finish. Your mother
Damn.
died while you were inside. Your brother stopped writing after year 7. You
Damn.
have no one waiting for you on the outside.
Could find Waldo and Cell Block T. Facts.
Just a release date that feels both
Everybody in there.
and inevitable. When you finally walk out, the world has changed in ways you can't process.
Wait, he's
The
done?
technology,
There's 22 years.
the way people talk and dress and move through space, you're a ghost, a relic from a different era. You have $600 from prison wages, a bus ticket to a halfway house in Kansas City, a parole officer who's already skeptical. You were on a poster once, wanted by the FBI, hunted across state lines. Now you're just another ex-con trying to figure out how to buy a phone and apply for jobs that won't hire you.
Cooked.
The most wanted list continues without you. New faces, new crimes, new people making the same mistakes you made, thinking they're smarter than everyone who came before. They're not. Nobody is.
All right, chat. So what did we learn from this video? What did we learn from this video, chat? Your life at every level of a casino addiction. You're a forensic analyst and you're the killer. This dude has great videos. What the hell? Strangely iconic guy. Loki has W videos. Your life has Marcus. Your life as Marcus. Who is Marcus? Your life has every level of being hunted by CIA. Chat, we gotta watch more of these guys' videos. If you do the crime, make sure to wear a shiesty. That's exactly what I was gonna say. If you do something, put a mask on. Chat, live by it. Mask on, no face, no cases. Live by that shit. All right, let's do the kidnapping. What was the kidnap called? What was the kidnapping called? Yeah, I like it. Wait, strangely iconic dude is tough, chat. Chat, we gotta watch more of these different videos. Irony hits different when you're living in it. Is that Aura? Is it Aura? Irony hits different when you're living in it. That's the only thing. The only thing. You're a predator's bodyguard. Damn. All right. What's it called? For what? How many? I'm checking. Just. Oh yeah, I just happy.
You okay?
It's different, but
Whoa,
you'll
what's
love it.
that?
Now go save some
I don't
money.
mind.
Hi, Mom. I can't wait for you to hear well again, so I won't have to scream. to
Miracle
tell you
ear.
that.
This video is made
What did you get, Mr. Beast on it?
possible by War Thunder.
Oh my god, why is War Thunder be sponsoring everybody? I swear. Chat, is there a YouTuber that you've watched in your lifetime that wasn't sponsored by War Thunder? How much money do they got? I know damn well nobody's downloading that game. How much money could they possibly have? I overheard this story being told whilst I was on a tram in Amsterdam. What's a tram? And I had to share with you. What's a tram, chat? What's a tram? Imagine just being told by a kidnapper. Above ground metro? What's a metro? More common around here. What's a metro? What? Fuck you mean what's metro? Like what's a metro? What like Metro Boomin? What do you mean metro? A short distance slow train? So it's just a subway. So a metro is just a subway? What do you mean, what's a metro? I've never heard of metro in my life. And is a tram just a train? Is a tram a train? Why do they change it up? Why don't they just keep it as train? Who the hell would call it a tram? A tram. That's what a train is, no? Isn't a train an above ground subway? Oh, I see. A tram is like I see. Never mind. A tram is like a touring thing, maybe? I don't know. Whatever. I see now.
Albert Heijn,
Yeah.
the largest grocery store chain in the Netherlands, becoming public in 1948.
Netherlands. Alright, so we're in the Netherlands,
Opening its
chat.
first supermarket 7 years later, it quickly solidified itself as a Dutch household name. The business had humble beginnings when, on the 27th of May 1887, Albert Heijn himself purchased a grocery store from his father in Oostzaan, Netherlands.
I love.
In the
It's
years
a good
following,
supermarket. What do they be selling there, chat? They got cardboard gambling there, chat. Chat, did they got cardboard gambling wherever he said? I forgot the name.
To locations in several cities across the Netherlands. Skip forward. By the 1970s, control.
Yo, do they have like Walmart and Stop and Shop and Kroger and Aldi's and like Target where you live, or no? Or is it just like German shit?
Heijn family business was being overseen by Albert Heijn's two grandsons.
Have you had Wiener Schnitzel? Ain't Wiener Schnitzel like a Dutch thing?
Albert
Where they sell
Heijn Jr.
Glicks?
and his brother Gerrit van Heijn
Wait, what'd he say? Hold on.
was being overseen by Albert Heijn's two grandsons, Albert Heijn Jr. and his brother Gerrit van Heijn.
Ferrets Fong Hang. Who's that? Nobody came up with Ferrets Fong Hang. Fine. Ferdy? Nope. He said Garrett. There's no way he said Garrett. No shot he said Garrett. Justice leader and victim of 1987 kidnapping. Oh. I know this was public. All right, never mind.
In the early hours of September 9th, 1987,
Lock in.
a 56-year-old Gerrit Heijn is in his luxury villa in Bloemendaal, Netherlands, as he prepares to leave for a scheduled dentist appointment later that morning.
Wait, isn't the Netherlands where I feel like, Chow, who do we watch that lives in the Netherlands? Or like who? It wasn't One. One lives in. Oh wait. Yeah, One lives in the Netherlands. I think that's what it was. Or no. Something like that. So, chat, is like all the European countries is like really close together, like Netherlands, UK, Ireland, like all of them. Are they just like really close together? Like you just like take trains to them? Yeah. Okay. Basically, like, wait, is Italy in Europe? Right? Or is Italy like its own thing? I'm trying to picture like the map, like, cause it goes like Russia, Slovakia, Italy, Netherlands, Ireland, Greenland, Iceland, like shit like that, right? Something like that.
Gerrit is an extremely wealthy businessman. Along with his brother Albert, they are co-executors of the Ahold Corp.
Yo, real shit though. How do you get kidnapped at 55 years old? or whatever he said. How could you possibly get kidnapped in your 50s? How dumb you gotta be. First of all, who's gonna kidnap a 55-year-old man? Second, how you gonna let someone kidnap you at 55 years old?
Operation.
You've lived half your life before you got kidnapped.
In a
Are we
nearby
serious?
car park sits a stolen Fiat Uno. Inside, a man wearing a makeshift disguise made up of a fake mustache and a beret. Tucked under his coat is a sawn-off firearm. He had stolen.
Never mind, I see why.
And equipped with false license plates, he'd driven 35 minutes.
Well, he's a
from his
sawed-off
London
shotgun, so I
Landsman
think you're
to the
taking it.
affluent area of Bloomingdale.
Landsman?
He slowly steps out with a Fiat, and with his firearm still neatly tucked under his coat, he paces towards the villa. Meanwhile, as Herritt Hine prepares to leave, he unlocks and opens his garage door, enters his Aldi, and drives out.
G.J.
He leaves
Hine.
the Audi shortly after to close the garage door, and as he returns to the driver's seat, a rifle is pointed towards him. The gunman demands he starts the car and drives. Shaken, Herritt obeys.
How did he get in the car? I wouldn't. No, I'm reflecting that shit. Yo, how did he take that? How did he get in? How did he get in? What?
And the German automobile starts to move, albeit not particularly far.
Lockpicking? Didn't he get out the car for damn near 3 seconds? Didn't he get out the car for damn near 3 seconds to close the garage door?
Just 1,600 meters. As they pass the stolen Fiat parked in the initial nearby car park, the two transfer into it. The gunman carefully, yet firmly chains Herritt to the driver's seat.
Damn.
So we now both the captor and Herritt in the far smaller, cramped vehicle, with Herritt still subtly at gunpoint in the driver's seat.
Yeah, so how did he get in the car and damn near... What? Why did you say meters in the drooling emoji? What does that got to do with anything? I said seconds. You can't measure seconds with meters.
Two travel quite the distance, nearly 2 hours away, to the central Dutch province of Gelderland, specifically the Veluwe region, and the car is parked near the
Gelderland.
of Schaarsbergen. Herritt is
Who?
forced out of the Fiat, and to the central Dutch province of Gelderland, specifically the Veluwe region, and the car is parked near the neighborhood of
Schaarsbergen. Schaarsbergen. Yo, like, are you an idiot? Yo, you typing out the word doesn't help me pronounce it. You typing out the word that I'm reading doesn't help me pronounce it. Schaarsbergen. Schaarsbergen. Yeah.
Herritt is forced out of the Fiat, and the two walk through the secluded, quiet, wooded areas, surrounded by, ironically, serene nature. As they stroll along, the two discuss their interests in different
Schaarsbergen,
music, as
okay.
well as Herritt's family.
Chat,
They
we in
move through the woods for
Schaarsbergen.
around an hour before returning.
Bro, the only thing I know about Dutch language is that it has the O with the 2 dots on it, right? Doesn't Dutch use that like those characters like a U and an O and an A with the 2 dots above it? Or is it somewhere else? I'm pretty sure that's Dutch, right?
The car. Once back in the Fiat, the man
Yeah, we do?
reaches
Yeah,
into his
okay.
coat pocket and pulls out a small
Like the
tape.
W's, U's, V's, A's, and
He orders
O's.
Herritt to make ransom demands.
I don't know what
Of
else.
course,
Maybe an
Herritt has
I.
no option but to comply. At a certain point, the two leave the Fiat once more, wandering off for a bathroom break.
Wait, what's a Fiat? What's a Fiat? What's a Fiat? What's a Fiat? But the U and O are really mostly German? Yeah. Wait, what's a Fiat? Rewind vid.
family. They move through the woods for around an hour before returning to the car. Once back in the Fiat, the man reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a small tape recorder. He orders Herritt to make ransom demands, and of course, Herritt has no option but to comply. At a certain point, the two leave the Fiat once more, wondering.
What's a Fiat? Also, why would he make the hostage make ransom demands? I would just say like, yeah, $1 on a pack of cigarettes and I'll let him go. Know what I mean? But yeah, why would he make the hostage make a demand for a ransom demand?
Off for a bathroom break. They had moved
we gotta
far
lock
enough
in,
that
bro.
they had
We
reached an area that
got
was
40
slightly
minutes
more
left.
built up. Roads now followed along.
No more
the
pausing for a bit. I
greenway.
kind of want to watch
Harriet
this.
became more and more on edge. He had no idea who he was
So you know
with,
it's him? Oh,
and
never
more
mind.
importantly,
Okay.
where they were ultimately going. All of a sudden, Harriet's eyes widen as he sees a blindingly bright light. A light that was moving towards the two of them. Harriet soon
train?
realizes it's a large transport truck with a small window to make a decision and act. He bolts towards the road and frantically tries to flag the truck down.
What are you
For
doing?
whatever reason, maybe because it was dark and there wasn't many people around, the truck seemingly doesn't acknowledge Harriet and continues on, leaving him helpless. The man grabs
Damn.
Harriet and forces
Cooked.
him back into the car, and after a few demands, the
Cooked.
two are on the move
Cooked.
once more. The car screeches to a halt. They've made it to the municipality of Rankum, the Juno estate near
Rankum.
Dorworth.
Rankum,
They reach an
Juno, and
opening of
Dorworth,
trees
okay.
That sits afoot a large forest. The man
Oh, I know what I'm thinking of. Chat, I'm thinking of when we watched that video on Fern about that plane that like took off in Atlanta but crashed in Germany on Christmas Day in Germany. You know what I'm talking about? Could have rented a big ass kidnapping. Facts. Wait, was this really that big? I've never heard of this. Is this like a famous story in Germany or like the UK, the Netherlands, wherever they are? Is it like a famous story? You never heard of this? Oh.
turns to Harriet as the two stand at the mouth of the woods and bluntly explains that the two
Got
of
it.
them will enter the forest, and once in, they will meet with an arranged accomplice, and Harriet will be handed across. Much the same as the previous key moments throughout the night that led to this point.
I'll put my hoodie on,
Harriet
chat.
has much of a say on the outcome of this arrangement, so along with his unknown captor, they venture into the dark woods. After a while, with the plan seeming to go through, the captor makes his way out of the woods, alone, walks back to the stolen Fiat, and drives. And what would follow would go on to be one of the longest running, highest profile kidnappings in Dutch history.
Yo, what up? How we doing? How we doing? Welcome in, Ogie. Or Ogo. Welcome in, Mole. I don't know how to say it. How we doing? How we doing? The Dutch supermarket kidnap. Tough prologue? Was it?
My sound was too quiet even at 100%.
What's up, dude? How are you doing?
Then I found
Kate, how's the
volume
stream been so far?
max.
Stream's been
It
pretty
boosts
good.
volume
We're
up to
we played a horror
600%
game. Now we're just
and
reacting to some videos. If you have a video you want us to react to,
In a
let
home
us
in
know.
Landsmere, 10
How we
miles
doing,
north
Ogie?
of
How we doing?
A wife
Wait, is that-
was
is
wondering
it
where her
Ogie? Am I saying that
husband
right?
had gone to after he hadn't returned the previous
It's good to hear.
night.
Appreciate
In
it.
fact, wondering was a
Wait.
bit of an understatement.
It's
She was
Ogie,
so
right? Or
concerned, she'd filed a missing persons report for her husband.
what do you want me to
This
call you?
lady
I don't want to mess up your
wasn't
name.
The wife of Harriet. As soon as the man returned,
So glad to hear, man.
to the relief of his
And your
wife,
stream is quite
she
entertaining too.
retracted
Hey, appreciate it,
the
Ogie.
missing
Appreciate it.
persons report.
Hey,
He
Ogie, if you want to
explained
drop a
he'd
follow,
simply been on a walk
you're more than welcome to if
before,
you think it's
and the
entertaining.
two continued to
And
live
if you,
on
hey, if you want to
as
watch
normal.
any other previous streams
But
or
the same
videos,
couldn't be said for
YouTube.
the Hine family.
Been
Nobody
a little quiet,
heard a
gotcha.
thing from Harriet.
Nah, but I
His
appreciate you,
Audi
Ogie.
had been
Appreciate you.
discovered abandoned close to his villa in Bloemendaal, and when he hadn't arrived for his scheduled dentist appointment on the morning of the 9th, this only posed more questions. Not to mention, the Ahold Corporation was missing a very high-profile CEO. As more time
yeah, the
passed,
brother's
with
CEO,
still
right?
no sign of
My
Harriet,
name is Ogie.
either in person or through
What's
forms
yours?
of communication.
Jordan.
A full-scale police investigation.
My
sprang
Twitch name
into
is my
action.
name.
A large search operation was launched with ground forces made up of groups of officers and sniffer dogs, along with an air support team made up of helicopters.
Poor guy just
equipped
wanted to
with
go to the
searchlights
dentist. To
as the
dentist.
search for Harriet
That's where he was going. The
continued on through
dentist.
the night.
I would skip
After
it.
hours of thorough searching, moving through the day of the 10th,
Pelote.
eventually, with the scale of the search
It's a wonderful
party
name.
being
Appreciate it.
difficult to
Appreciate it.
conceal, and a very obvious empty chair at a hold,
Ogie
the
School,
news
never
of
heard that
Harriet's
name before.
disappearance had been picked up by Dutch press.
Gerrit-Jan Heijn. Gerrit-Jan Heijn. Gerrit-Jan Heijn. Gerrit-Jan Heijn. Gerrit-Jan Heijn.
So with the situation now public, the police decided to use the publicity to their advantage.
I love to support your channel,
asking for
Journey. Hey,
anybody with
appreciate it.
any
Hey,
leads or
you could support by following on YouTube or following on Twitch. Appreciate it. You can sub on YouTube, and then if you wanna be in future streams, join the Discord. But yeah, Ben or Chestnut, you wanna send those links?
Regarding the disappearance.
You're welcome.
so they
Appreciate you,
aid the
Ogie. Appreciate
investigation
you.
In any way to get in contact with Dutch authorities immediately. As the news breaks later that evening, in the days following, police received numerous letters from people writing in claiming
Let's get in
that
touch.
they were the
Discord.
ones who were
The link is right there.
for the abduction of Harriet
And then-
Hine, demanding ransom for his return. The police
That's
took all
YT.
letters seriously
That's the YouTube.
and followed each one thoroughly. But after further investigation, many of the letters turned out to be fake, with no solid backing. But as
All
the
right,
police
locked in.
wrestled with numerous fake leads, the Hine family themselves would receive a singular letter sent 3 days after the kidnapping on September 12th. It stated that Herriot had been abducted and that correspondence with the Hine family should be made immediately. It also noted that in the interest of Herriot's health, police shouldn't be informed of the letter, even if Mr. Rao, a Holmes head of security, and Herriot's brother Albert say otherwise. This mysterious letter threw up several questions and obstacles for the Hine family. Was the letter even real? It was sent to them directly, and the fact that it stressed it should be kept secret.
But then they're gonna what's it called?
After much deliberation,
because you kind of
the
drag your
Hine
Discord
family
username.
concluded that they
Should I join the
couldn't
link
approach
and send you? Yeah. Join the link. That's where like we talk to each other and shit. Join the Discord, and then you'll be able to like know like notifications. You can ask questions in chat. I'm sure, or you can ask questions in the server. I'm sure someone will be able to answer if I can't.
Letter alone. So,
Gotcha.
Against the rules laid out in said letter, they reached out to Dutch police for assistance. Not being in a position to afford to take risks with
Wait, is it not pronounced Pelote?
They couldn't approach the letter alone. So, against the rules laid out in said letter, they reached out to
Politi. Oh, it's Politi. Why is it Politi?
The Dutch police for assistance. Not being in a position to afford to take risks with such a volatile situation, the police, once again, decided it was best to follow the lead. Now, there was of course no address listed on the letter, so the Hine family had no way to respond to the senders directly. Well, it seemed that the captors had not only thought of this, but had come up with a unique solution. Within the letter, they mentioned forming a line of communication through subtly coded advertisements that should be placed within the local...
Wait, the first letter of each thing, probably, right? DTSS. Okay, never mind.
Newspaper. Well, for whatever reason, maybe a mix of desperation and curiosity, or whether they were just following leads, the police, along with the Hine family, agree that they're going to follow the demands. So on the 15th of September, as instructed, they place a coded advertisement within the newspaper, secretly addressed to the captors, confirming that they will comply with communication demands.
Whoa.
So with the paper published, the police...
They're talking to each other through the paper? That's kind of tough. That's kind of tough, low-key.
Wait patiently for any sort of response
or
proof that the letter was real and not just yet another hoax. Well, they wouldn't have to wait long, because just 2 days after the advert was listed, on September 17th, a small package arrived at the police station.
The tape. It's the tape.
Inside.
You're saying it better? The T is pronounced like a C. Police. This is 850. Okay, perfect. There's no way that's pronounced police. Say the C like you pronounce it on its own. Oh, Palik. Palik. There's no way that's pronounced Palik. That has a. What does the T do? There's a T in there. Police. Oh, Polici. Polici. Bro, there's an ITIE. That is not Polici. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There's no way. What are the German... Bro, people saying English is hard, bro. What are the Germans doing up there? Polici by POLITEI? Whatever it was.
Were the keys to Herriot's abandoned Audi.
We
and
Dutch?
a tape
Whatever.
recording.
Same thing.
As police inserted the tape and press play.
Y'all speak Dutch. Oh, shit. Hold up, chat. Just makes sense over here? Nah. Don't make no sense. Nah. All right, chat. Give me a solid 3 minutes. Cookie's yelling at me. No. 3 minutes, 27 seconds, and 82 milliseconds. Time me. Yeah, I'll play the video for y'all. Let me know what I miss.
They would make a shocking discovery. The recording was the voice of Herriot Hine himself. To their surprise, not only did the police confirm that the letter was real, they had finally found a solid lead that led to Herriot. All police knew so far was that Herriot had supposedly been taken captive. They had proof that he was in the sender's possession, and they had to use encoded newspaper adverts to communicate with the captors. However, a team of professional behavioural analysts and detectives concluded that based on current evidence at hand, this was only a small piece in a much bigger picture, and that the abduction was being executed by a much larger criminal organisation than first thought, a network of sorts. But the fact that police had heard Herriot's voice had given the detectives hope. It was now just a matter of tracing the origin of the letter back to its author, and ultimately the location of Herriot. So with the letter's validity chillingly confirmed, the police could assume one thing. From the wording of the letters, Herriot was seemingly alive, at least in writing. But ultimately, amongst the chaos, one of the police's main goals was to ensure that major information about the investigation was kept away from the public to guarantee the safety of Herriot and to buy themselves more time. So to tackle this, the Justice Department quickly put in place an internal information blockade of sorts. In short, the primary aim was to have a system in place where key information or advancements about the ongoing investigation would only pass between the relevant authorities and Herriot's close family, and was not to be freely released or leaked to the public unless absolutely necessary, and it would have to be approved of beforehand. So moving forward, with this being their only chance of reaching Herriot, on the 19th, the Hine family and police decided to place 2 more cryptic newspaper adverts confirming that they were ready to continue with whatever would proceed. This time, a response took slightly longer. Several days passed, but on September 30th, Dutch authorities received yet another letter. But this time, there was one very clear motive outlined. The captors demanded a ransom of cash, diamonds, and other various gems that totaled 7.7 million guilders. And it was with this new letter the police realised that they had something much bigger on their hands.
I'm back, chat. What I miss? What I miss?
Hello?
Packet was in ransom letter. Rule of abduction began executing by a much larger organization. Garrett's probably alive. Police gatekeep major info from public to protect Garrett unless absolutely necessary. Hine family decide to proceed. Dutch authorities got another letter demanding 7.7 worth. Okay, cool. W. Hero joined your server and also send you. Okay. Not right now. I can't right now. We're locked in.
Reach
Alright.
Sapient Sons had solutions. If it's an ad you need, we'll
So right now they're just like they got the letter.
give you a read.
That's where we're at.
Oh, hi, boss. An ad read from us. Oh,
Oh, it's an ad. God.
I just got a brief. A laid out hostage situation.
Said yo,
set
don't worry.
ransom
Just came back just in
conditions.
time.
The letter stated that the Hines response must be placed in the newspaper by the 2nd of October, just 2 days after the letter was received. Well, after much discussion, the task force came to the conclusion that even though the well-being of Herriot was of utmost importance, they simply couldn't physically meet the ransom demands within the time frame.
That's
Believe it
absurd.
or not, it wasn't exactly easy to obtain.
Wait, what are
That
bank
even though the
notes?
well-being of Herriot was of utmost importance, they simply
Wait, chat. What are bank notes? 1,000 bank notes of 100. 2,000 bank notes of 250. 1,000 bank notes of 1,000. What are guilders? I've never heard of guilders. What are guilders, chat? I've never heard of guilders. So they want a K in pounds. 2 times 4, 6,000 and 6,000 in guilders. 3K in guilders. 2K in $100. 1.5K in German marks. This is in the era where franc was still the currency. Banknotes are probably just bills. I didn't even know guilders was a thing.
couldn't physically meet the ransom demands within the time frame. Believe it or not, it wasn't exactly easy to obtain millions of guilders worth of cash, diamonds, and other gemstones at such short notice.
Wait.
And so, the letter went unanswered.
They wanted
Meanwhile,
gem notes.
Behind the scenes, a hold corporation
The European Union? What's the European Union?
was attempting to gather
Frank was
as
one of them?
much of the
Wait, I didn't say Frank. That's like Gilders. That wasn't Frank. That was Gilders.
ransom as possible. In the coming days, the October 2nd response deadline came and went as police hesitantly waited for any further advancements, hoping that the decision to not respond to the ransom immediately wouldn't make the situation much worse than it already was. Well, 4 days after the planned response deadline, on October 6th, yet another letter landed on the police department's desk, and the tone of the letter was far from hopeful. It explained that because the Hine family hadn't responded to the letters, Herriot Hine would be
Take
met with
action.
punishment. But this wasn't all. Attached along with the letter were Herriot's glasses that he wore regularly, with the letter stating that he is no longer allowed to read. And if this wasn't already bad enough,
Well, to be fair, that ain't that bad of a punishment. You just can't read. That's the punishment? Oh, we're taking away your books. That's the punishment? Are we serious? They couldn't think of anything better? He just can't read now? Are we... Yo, these kidnappers are dumb as shit. These kidnappers are dumb as shit. The EU has 27 out of 44 European countries. Wait, what? I thought European countries were all in Europe.
additional fine of 100,000 guilders was added to the existing ransom. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, panic instantly
It's a united force that helps each other? Oh.
set in. Not only were the police trying to gauge who and where these letters were coming from, but with not much additional evidence to go off besides anonymous letters, this was no simple feat. But at the same time, authorities were also trying to balance ensuring the safety of Herod however they could. But with
I don't think
mounting
they're
pressure from
saving
the media
him.
for updates and the sudden disappearance of a major corporate figure, police decided to make a brief press release that stated a ransom had been received, though they purposefully withheld key information. The
Wow.
amount of the ransom
Is it because the countries don't want in? Other than all the countries. So what countries are not in it? Like Russia isn't. Oh, is Russia like a European continent? So like every country inside of Russia is European? Or are they Russian?
ransom, the method of communication,
Right?
and the deadlines mentioned, as to not cause any more unnecessary media
I know Russia isn't. I know it's not in the EU, but aren't they European countries or no?
stir or public panic. So as the Dutch press and the rest of the Netherlands followed the story as closely as possible with the limited information publicly available, the police and the Hine family were growing increasingly more stressed. Even the solo path of communication
They are?
wasn't
Yeah,
exactly
so that's where the other 27, 44, 43, 34 would be 10. 4, so 14. That's where the other 17 countries are. Also, the EU countries have one centralized currency, the beautiful euro. No, y'all have pounds too. There's only 13 countries in Russia? I thought there's more than that. Don't y'all also have pounds? Oh wait, chat. No, that's UK. Wait, what's the difference between pounds and quid? I've never known. Like, I've always wanted to know. They quit the EU. They quit the euro a while back. Got it. Wait, what's the difference between a quid and a pound? What are you on with Russia? I'm just saying Russia has the other 13 countries. You said Europe has 44 out of the, or 27 out of the 44. So there's 17 is Russia. What's the difference between a pound and a quid?
efficient. Authorities would have to wait for a letter from the captors, then to reply, they'd have to request a newspaper advert with a message encrypted within it, then wait for the paper to be published, then wait again for a further reply.
Yeah, the Union has 27 out of 44. Is Russia in the Union? Hey, you. Come here. Come here, Toby.
reply via letter. This was all unnecessary added time the police couldn't afford to lose, especially without specific details of Herrick's situation. Frustrated.
It's not, exactly. So where's the other 17 countries? If it's not in Russia and it's not in the EU, where's the other 17 European countries?
Fearful, on the 9th of October, the family once again commissioned a newspaper advert. It demanded that the captors set up a more direct line of communication to come to some sort of agreement or arrangement on the ransom and speed up the process. So with this, the advert goes live. As for the captors, they were quickly growing tired that the ransom demands weren't being met, but they weren't naive. They knew the key the Hine family needed before they'd give over the ransom was proof that Herrick was alive. So the captors
it's a thing.
thought, why not give them what they wanted?
Oh wait, why don't they just kill him then? Give them the tape recording.
And they knew their delivery had to be a little sharper.
What was that?
At Planet
Nobody
Fitness,
cares.
There's strength in numbers.
After a week had passed, on October 16th, a second package arrived. Detectives hastily opened it, hopeful for a negotiation and a new method to provide direct contact after their response. Well, inside, a small film canister. Somewhat confused, lifting the film canister, it was evident that something was concealed inside, a small object of sorts. Unscrewing the top and pouring the contents out onto a tray, out rolled a small, fleshy object. It was
a finger?
Herrick's pinky finger. But that wasn't.
Asmerica knowing jack about geography, but what do you expect from me?
All. Along with the pinky, a note that read, Herrick Hine will have trouble playing the piano for a while. It's no surprise to say that this
Look, bro's trolling him. He'll have trouble playing the piano for a while. That was tough looking. Bro's rage baiting.
discovery had shaken the Hine family to their core. Not only had the captors made their anger for the missed deadline bluntly and morbidly clear, but authorities were still left with no clear route of direct contact. Police now had physical, biological proof that the captors had Herrick in their control, and if it wasn't already evident by the severed digit, he wasn't exactly being well looked after. All this unbeknownst to the public. This was an internal disaster for the authorities, and the
Nobody
pressure to
knew.
obtain the ransom only grew. But before they could even process the new evidence and choose how to act, just 3 days later, on October 19th, the Hine family receive a second cassette tape with more voice recordings of Herrick, almost as if the captors were toying with the Hine family. New evidence was mounting. Clearly, whoever was behind this was trying to push the Hine family to make a move, and quickly, forcing their hand. But the Hine family couldn't be sure. Their logic was that if the captors were willing to sever a pinky finger to simply prove a point, what else were they capable of, and how far would they go? Especially as they applied more pressure. They needed more signs of life. So with this, the Hine family once again requests for an advert.
Yo, wait, what? When is the War Thunder ad? We want to see it, buddy. I think we passed it already. Well, the capture is wearing a shiesty. Yo, question though. If you put him under the laughing gas and then chopped his finger off, would he wake up and feel that or no? You know what I mean? Because with like laughing gas, you're just like in a very like coma related sleep. Probably a little. If you're in a coma, would you feel it? Like to wake somebody up because you just like chop off a finger and they just like wake up or not? Is that how that works? If they don't tend to do it at all, yes. What do you mean if they don't tend to do it all at all? A coma just means your body is locked? No. Because if your body was locked, you could still like open your eyes and you would breathe normally. Your body's locked when you sleep. Well, I guess not. But you can't be awake in a coma. The whole point of a coma is that you're eternally sleeping until you get woken up. You can't wake up in a coma.
To be placed in the
Or unless you're
newspaper,
in
a
out of a
process
coma.
they had grown used to by this point. Encoded within this advert, a question, a specific question to be asked to Herrick directly. A question that the Hine family knew only he would know the answer to. What is the name of the Black Porter from St. Martin? Assumingly an employee they knew from a holiday destination, this question would pose as a sort of verification method for the Hine family. So with their message to Herrick hidden within the newly published advert, eventually, a package arrived. Expecting an answer from Herrick, the family rushed to open it. Inside, they found a singular tape recording. Quickly inserting it and pressing play, the family and the authorities sat eagerly, waiting for Herrick's answer. As the tape plays, they finally hear Herrick's
This
voice.
is so
And
interesting.
although the recording was indeed Herrick, he was strangely just simply counting from 1 to 19. And to their disappointment, the question remained unanswered. And so
1 to 19? Wait, so what happens at 20?
subsequently, further proof was not provided. There was also a note tucked away with the tape recording that stated that Herrick's condition was in need of assistance. Getting desperate, the Hine family
Wait,
demanded
what?
more.
Wait, what
from
it
the
say, what it
captain
say, what
was
it say,
not
what it say?
provided. There was also a note tucked away with the tape recording that stated that Herrick's condition
There's something seriously wrong. Your brother neither wants to eat nor speak. Sometimes he counts, but when one of us comes near, he stops. Because of this, we have only been able to record his voice for a short time. Enclosed. As a result, he needs immediate mental and medical help. If you wish to proceed, we will respond to the advertisement of Friday.
was in need of assistance.
As also taking Dutch class, we watched a fragment of a Love Island episode. That's
Getting
kind of
desperate,
weird.
The Hine family demanded more from the captors about Herrick, requesting a photo of him holding a recent newspaper to be sent to them immediately. After the
They take a picture of him without his hand.
arrival of this additional
Just a
cassette tape,
nub.
the line fell silent for days, weeks. Nothing was heard from the captors as the Hine family was forced to sit,
Or were they
wondering
chose who
what
to
Herrick
banish
was
from the
being
island?
subjected to,
Why?
as they
What,
worked with authorities
what was the context behind watching it?
to race against the clock. Well, if the metaphorical sand timer was quickly running slim, just over 3 weeks of silence later, on November 11th, over 2 months after Herrick's initial disappearance, the sand timer would be shattered when, after a long wait, a letter arrives once more. The Hine family receives a set of instructions for an assigned ransom runner.
Hold on, a sand timer. We were learning about different types of soap genres. Wait, soap genre. Like body wash and face wash and hand wash, or also what does sand timer got to do with anything? Doesn't the sand timer count hours? Are they constantly flipping that back and forth, waiting for a response?
In 2 days, on November 13th at 11 p.m, Mr. Rao, the head of security at a hold, the same Mr. Rao that was mentioned in the first letter, is to be at the Amsterdam Akora Hotel. Once there, the hotel will be called, and the caller will ask to speak to a Mr. Rosa, Rao's alias for the deal. Once on the phone, he'll receive further instructions, and this would work to confirm to the captors that the Hine family had prepped Mr. Rao as a runner for the ransom. So with this being the most solid level
Or soap opera is a long-running television or radio drama that follows the daily lives, relationship, and personal problems with a group of characters. Got it.
of communication and plans so far since discussions started, despite no concrete response on the well-being of Herrick.
I thought it was just called reality TV.
The Hine family confirms to the authorities that they will go through with the ransom.
Wait, but how do they get the thing? How do they get all the money
So
for
no
the
time to
rental?
waste. Please prep Mr. Rao and swiftly brief him on the instructions. He arrives at the Akura Hotel, trying to blend in as much as possible, as to not raise any sort of suspicion. There was always the option that the authorities could have pre-contacted the hotel, but with the situation being so volatile, they couldn't risk anything leaking
Going
to the
wrong.
press. So he passes through the hotel doors and takes a seat in the lobby. As time passes, Mr. Rao waits longer and longer. Still, no call from the reception desk. And there's only so long you can sit an individual in a hotel lobby before staff wonder who you are. and
That's
start
fair.
to ask questions. Not to mention, Mr. Rao was of course not a resident of the hotel. It was way past midnight at this point, and still, there was no sign of a call. Well, as 2 a.m. rolled around, it was communicated that Mr. Rao had to be withdrawn back to a hold.
That's
And
absurd.
So, authorities decided to
Wait,
call
what
him
happened?
back to the station.
Get Darman on this, bro. No.
Well, later that morning, not long after Mr. Rao had left for a hold, the phone
Darman is
rang
not
on the
getting on this
reception
case.
desk. suddenly rings. A night shift worker answers the call
Goedenavond.
and calls out for a Mr. Rosa.
ROSA, moment alsjeblieft.
But of course, nobody
He wasn't there.
matched that name. The worker explained there was nobody under that name in the lobby,
Nou, ik zie hem niet, meneer. Ja, ik zie hem niet.
and the ransom arrangement went unfulfilled.
Wait, why was it 11 p.m. but he called at 4 a.m.?
With communication to the captors falling flat, this call at the hotel was literally the only lead the
9.
authorities had, so they assigned a great level of importance to it. Eventually, the police managed to arrange a second call opportunity. Similarly to the first, on November 26th, Mr. Rao is to arrive at the Akora Hotel.
Oh my
and
God,
wait for a
again?
Call, but under the name of
Rose.
Yan
Oh,
this time.
Yan.
So again, on the night of the 26th, he arrives at the Akora and sits in the lobby. All of a sudden, the hotel phone rings. The worker looks out for a Yan, and Mr. Rao accepts the call.
Finally. But what took him so long before? 812 highway at kilometer marker. By the mild, the mild J doesn't really do these type of vids. It's a one-time thing. B does them good though. Who's the mild J? Who's the mild J? What do you mean doesn't really do these type of vids? Oh, Giuseppe. It's not the mild J.
For the first time, authorities had heard a voice directly from the captors, and they had a ransom location.
Alright, Highway 12 at the kilometer marker. So how far is a kilometer?
But they had to move fast. By this point, a hold corporation had managed to gather some of the ransom. But their logic was that if they could deliver some of the ransom, that's better than
And
none
all.
at all. At least for now. So the police start to put the ransom drop-off operation in.
What, like a down payment or something? 0.621 miles. So why don't y'all just measure in miles? Why kilometers if they're shorter than a mile? What's the point in measuring something shorter that already exists?
Ocean. They gather up all the ransom payment that they managed to obtain and head towards the A12, following closely behind Mr. Rao. Eventually,
I thought it was
they
longer
reached
than a
the small
mile.
tunnel located under the A road, as described on the phone. Now, whilst the delivery ransom was a necessary step in Herrick's well-being and return,
Y'all
it
just
was
gotta
also
be different, huh?
An opportunity, a chance for a huge lead for detectives. They had to be able to use this ransom to gather as much information on the captors as possible.
Because it's more precise, and the U.S. is the only place that uses the imperial system. I thought we used the metric system. Only country that uses, bro. It's not more precise. 6.21 of a mile is not precise. So 2 miles is 1 point, or it's like 2.2 2.2, something like that.
Possible. There were two very obvious expected steps that the captors would supposedly perform that police could use to their advantage. One, once the ransom had been dropped off, the captors would of course need to physically collect the ransom in person somehow. So for this, the police needed to set up some sort of surveillance, but not on the tunnel directly. Not only was the path surrounded by wilderness, making it hard to logistically place a solid and viable method of surveillance, but if there was anything obvious or fishy, it was clear
It was
that
off.
to this point, the captors were relatively calculated. Sure, they missed the hotel call deadline, but for all authorities knew, this was purposeful to apply pressure. So one sniff that they were being watched, and things may not work in Herrick's favour. So
It was
instead,
over.
police decided it would be best to
Metric works in 10? What do you mean works in 10?
closely yet subtly monitor the highways and surrounding roads using modern
Oh,
technology to locate
that's weird.
and track the car that the captors were in. That way, they would have info on the vehicle as well for further.
Wait, we use millimeters too. What's a decimeter? Never heard of that. But we use millimeters.
intel in the case. And 2, once the ransom had been collected, the contents would then presumably go on to be used or sold in some capacity. So regardless of what the letter said, the police seized the opportunity to track the ransom by marking and logging the bills, allowing them to track and note their journey once they've been spent or deposited after the collection. Standing under the overpass, Dutch police placed a partial ransom in the tunnel as instructed.
Like a down
and
payment for it.
swiftly left,
Wait, so
having only their set-up methods to monitor the surroundings. A team was assigned to monitor all cars moving in and out of nearby roads, tracking plates and individuals in said vehicles to try and tie just one to the gang. Meanwhile, with the deadline met, the captors prepare somebody to go and collect the ransom, and they set off, slowly travelling towards the underpass. Although, unfortunately for police, they weren't in a car. They were on a push bike with no lights, using narrow, dark back roads. They had navigated up to the tunnel.
Boy, that's kind of
successfully
smart.
Received the ransom package and went undetected. As the bike continued on.
Wait, that's low-key smart. But what's a push bike? What's a push bike, chat? Did he have someone pushing him? No pedals?
Further down the footpath, near a railway crossing, the ransom collector
Okay,
hid
it's
the
smart
ransom in
though.
a box that had been treated in such a way as to not be detected by radar technology. Then the box was buried underground for collection at a later time. Back at the station, with the night-long surveillance coming to no success in finding leads via the transport routes, Dutch police decided it would be best to visit the tunnel once more to see if the ransom had even been picked up. Upon arrival, there they stand.
It was
of the empty tunnel. But before they could even start to reason on how they'd missed the pickup, one officer notices a stone with a note attached. The note demanded the rest of the ransom and a location for its delivery, which was ironically an Albert Heijn grocery store. Once there,
Of course.
they should wait for further instructions, not knowing how long the ransom had been gone for.
Wait, Albert Heijn's in an actual grocery store?
Officers wasted no
Wait,
time.
but his name
and
is
raced
Garrett,
to the
not
Albert
Albert.
Heijn. But upon arrival, the store was closed, and they were too late.
Just
After the
Lawton.
mess of the last 48 hours,
Just
the
Lawton.
Heijn family was starting to lose hope. It had
Bas.
been nearly 3 months since Harriet's abduction, and they feared
3
he was
months?
no longer alive.
Holy.
Now, despite the detective surveillance operation falling
Oh, the
flat,
founder was Albert.
they urged the Heijn family to wait just a few more days at least, as now the ransom had been acquired by the captors. Albeit partially, they may start the process of releasing Harriet, or at least communicate more. And
Chat, do we think he's getting released? Low key. That boy's not seeing daylight. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That boy's not seeing daylight, chat.
Heijn family sit and wait for further information. Early the next morning, after all surveillance had been halted, the collected ransom still sits buried underground.
10
At some
liters
point,
is
a
10
push bike rolls down the rugged path, reaching the burial site. They frantically dig
It all syncs. That makes no sense to me.
up the box of diamonds and cash, and with the ransom retrieved, they cycle off.
That's the same shit, bro.
Flawless execution. 3 days after the
Bro,
initial
12
ransom
feet is
collection
one,
had taken
or
place,
12
still
cent, or
nothing had been heard from the captors.
12 inches
But
is
the
a
Heijn
is a
family
foot.
had decided
Bang.
they'd had enough. The plan hadn't worked so far, and whether it was fear, stress, frustration, or a mix of the three, they decided it was time to take a whole different
Wait, they have a
approach.
sign?
A last-ditch effort.
They had a
That
sign?
night, Harriet's wife, Hank Heijn, appears on prime-time Dutch television, speaking directly to the gang that had kidnapped her husband.
What an idiot. What an idiot. How to never see your husband again 101. Rule number 1, go on national television and tell everybody that he got abducted by a gang. What is she doing? What is she doing? Last ditch ever? Are we serious? What is the
A+ on the outfit, Miss Turner.
Not today, sweatpants. Somebody's wearing jeans that fit.
No photos, please.
That's weird.
This was a huge shock to the Dutch press.
Chat, who's
and
wearing
public
jeans over
the coming
sweatpants?
days, as the press went wild.
Not me.
Meanwhile, Hank Heijn had still heard nothing
It
about
takes
her
like
husband.
30 minutes to
She'd appear on
top
TV
solar
once
metric.
more on December 3rd with an additional plea. Days pass. Still, no letters, no tapes, nothing. That was until, after several days,
Takes 30 minutes
the
for someone
Heijn
who
family
knows it,
received
not
a
someone who
letter.
doesn't know it.
It simply demanded that they prepare a
So she went on national television, and apparently they got some sort of sign, and she went on national television to speak to the gang directly.
Another runner to
At
deliver the rest
prime time national television.
of the ransom, and that another advert should be placed within the newspaper to continue the communication as soon as possible. Well, the Hine family had had enough. They thought, rather than sit still and be at the mercy of the captors, they knew all they wanted was the remaining part of the ransom. And having already delivered on part of it, they thought surely they would hold out for the rest, calling the captors bluff. So they continued their change of plans and turned up the volume. Up until this point, police had been careful to not allow any information out to the public to ensure Herriot Hine's safety. But it seemed that Hank's TV appearance had worked as a catalyst of
Also, the wife is named Hank. I don't know why, but the wife is named Hank.
Because on December 19th, detectives decided a full-scale investigation to identify any members of the criminal gang could begin. So on December 28th, police returned to their local newspaper and issued an advertisement. But this time, it wasn't an encoded message to the captors.
No, it was like
to the public.
Yeah.
Police offered a reward of 1 million guilders for anybody who could provide any information that would lead to the arrest.
Actually, how many times are you spewing bullshit under a different name to get that 1 mil? Me personally, yeah, I know where he is. He's on 17th Ave. Let me get my mil and then dip.
Of any members of the gang.
That easy. Just spew
or,
some
of
spew
course,
some
the
bullshit for a
retrieval
bit.
Of Herriot. So over the course of the coming weeks, as communication with the captors had fallen completely flat, with the demand of the rest of the ransom being ignored, the police were sifting through 12,000 responses. It took
Holy.
around 2 months to sort through every tip and confirm their validity, all whilst the Hine family desperately waited for even a crumb of vital information. As tips from the public rolled in, meanwhile, internal professional analysts started to build their
I saw him about 4 months ago at his house, and I saw a car drive from his house. It was a black car. Bang.
own profile.
That can lead to it. That can
based
lead
on
to
the
it.
total evidence that police had so far. They believe the gang as a whole is likely to be comprised of individuals with a history of criminal activity involving burglary and theft, and that the group consists of no more than 5 people, with at
Okay.
least 1 woman. They also believe 1 or more of the members are Dutch, but don't rule out the possibility that foreign criminals were also involved in the kidnapping. Based on the recording of the phone call at the Akora Hotel, they concluded that the voice on the line was likely a male of either Indonesian descent or possibly from the eastern region of the Netherlands. The style of writing in the letters is analysed as official and quasi-formal, and believed to be written by a woman with at least a secondary school education who is attempting to use more formal.
What's secondary school? Is that like middle school or elementary? Because it goes like kindergarten. It's probably primary school, and then or like first grade, second grade. It's only $1,000. Oh, I'm not saying shit. Are we serious? Why would I waste my time with that? Who's wasting their time for $1,000? I mean, I guess a few seconds could help. Never mind. I'll say something. But I thought it was a mil. Like, we're primary 1st to 6th and secondary 7th to 12th. Are you not required to go to 7th through 12th? That's not required? Because it said at least somebody with a secondary school education. So that means it's not required. You guys don't have middle school, high school, elementary, and intermediate? It is? Well, then why'd they say this? Like,
the Netherlands. The style of writing in the letters is analysed as official and quasi-formal, and believed to be written by a woman with at least a secondary school
at least a secondary school. Oh, never mind.
Education, who is attempting to use more formal and complex language to pass as somebody with a higher level of education.
Got it.
After all 12,000 tips had been reviewed, detectives still had no viable leads on the gang or Herriot's whereabouts. It seemed that everything they were laying in place was failing. The new year had passed by this point, and it was February 1988, 5 months since Herriot's abduction, and Dutch police were starting to run thin on methods of tracking the captors. Maybe it was time for them to accept defeat, at least until something new arose. But rather than looking externally for information, it would be an earlier...
And nobody said anything useful. Like I said, they're just spewing bullshit for $1,000. It's called secondary because it's the second school you go to. Got it. Well, isn't secondary normally like? Doesn't secondary mean like not as important? Like background.
That would seemingly work in their favour. Police may have failed to have monitored who had collected the ransom drop-off and when, but they did mark the bills.
Oh.
Now, up until this point, detectives hadn't actually heard anything regarding the location of the bills or how they'd been spent. But sometime in February,
I guess,
this would all change. Detectives had received a flagged alert from an Amro bank. They identified that a 250 guilder banknote that matched the ransom set markings had made its way to the bank branch. The police couldn't believe it. Just as they were thinking the case would run cold, out of nowhere, a slip-up from a seemingly calculated group. The police knew that if the notes had made it back to the bank,
marked bills are basically like you know how each like, I guess for me, dollar bills, but I don't know what you say. Like, I don't know what the difference, like a 50 and a 20 and whatever. But all the dollar bills, right? They all have a serial number on. Like, if I pull up if I show you a $1 bill, like here, I'll show you. Hold up. Just for example, this bill. Where'd it go? See how it has a serial number right here? I don't think the 8s matter, but see how this has a serial number? So they write down the serial number, and I guess they like check the serial number to see if it matches in a database. Those starts at 5. Okay. But so you guys have like a never mind. We don't have a 2 anymore. We used to have a 2. We do 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. We don't have. We used to have a $2 bill. I have a few $2 bills. I don't know when they discontinued, but yeah. I'm pretty sure this one marked bill is. Hold on, let me just double check. Marked bill is a banknote that law enforcement has deliberately altered or documented so it can be traced back to a specific person or transaction. Recording serial numbers. Invisible UV. Okay. Recording the serial numbers.
They would have had to have some past journey to get there, so the police wasted no time and requested intel on where the notes had come from, what businesses they'd passed through, or how they'd been spent. Well, they discovered that the bills had been used in the Landsmeer area, tracing them back to a liquor store. The police's logic was that if the bills from the ransom had been used in this specific liquor store, there was a likely chance that the person who spent them would return to that same liquor store again. So, police rigged the store completely, removing the second cash register entirely, and installed a surveillance camera in the ceiling above the remaining register, which was wired up to a monitor located in the back room of the store. Officers were assigned to sit in the back room of the store daily, watching the monitor. 2 detectives were also deployed to work undercover in the store, disguised as.
I never seen 205. Yeah, I've never seen one either. Oh, actually, I might have.
Clerks,
like not in person, but like from like the sidemen or whatever.
Regular existing cashiers were briefed on what note numbers to look out for and told to check each and every note with utmost importance. So with everything prepped and the operation finalized for execution,
you only see 100 every year. I see $100 bill like every day.
The police were ready to catch the captors once and for all. From mid-February 1988 onwards, the operation ran as planned. Every customer and the bills they handed over were reviewed scrupulously, day in and day out, to locate more of the marked cash. Weeks passed, hundreds of people passed in and out of the small liquor store, and even more bills change hands. Yet, nothing has been identified by this point. But the team remains determined, checking each and every bill. It's March 1988 at this point, the third week of the surveillance operation. At the Akora Hotel, they concluded that the voice on the line was likely a male of either Indonesian descent or possibly from the eastern region of the Netherlands. The style of... So as to not make a scene, the cashier smiles, hands the man his change, and he leaves. Finally, Dutch authorities had successfully matched the ransom to an individual that they had surveillance footage of, as well
Bang.
as proof that he possessed bills from the tracked ransom set.
I didn't skip forward. It went backwards because Cookie stepped on a thing. It went backwards. It went all the way back. It went all the way back to before here. Look, it went back to right here. So I skipped forward to skip what we already watched. See, we already watched all this. Cookie.
Plan had worked. Now it was a matter
Always
of
the big C.
identifying this individual. The surveillance team handed over the footage and descriptions of the man to detectives, and after a few days, they had a profile of the individual. The man was Ferdy Alsace, a graduate of aerospace engineering from
Ferdy
Delft University of
Alsace?
Technology. Ferdy was reportedly a difficult man, unable to work within a hierarchical structure, an academic individual, but has serious problems when it comes to power relations
Makes
and
sense.
answering to others. He and his wife, Dutch visual artist Els Hoopkes, have 3 children, and in the summer of 1987,
They did say 5 people, one Indonesian or Southern Netherlands male, and 1 female. So they were kind of spot on, not gonna lie.
Ferdy had made several failed career moves and had been unemployed for months by this point, causing him to fall into financial difficulties and heaps of debt. So with Ferdy Alsace identified and known to by...
Holy hairline. Look at that shit, chat. Bro, just shave it off. Just shave it. Bro, he's got confidence going out. No hat, nothing. Just shave it off, bro. What are we doing? Go to the nearest lids and copy Yankees hat.
police. They thought that with him being a pawn in a much larger game, the one that did all their
Albert Heijn's an actual food supermarket chain across Belgium. Got it.
dirty work,
Yeah, no, this is a true story.
rather than arresting him instantly, if they secretly monitored him, he'd eventually lead them to more intel on the entire network, or Herriot himself. So throughout March and early April of 1988, moving into a vacant house diagonally
Bro, it's been
across
like a
from
year at
Ferdy's
this
home,
point almost.
A surveillance team closely monitored Ferdy as he conducted his daily routine, noting anything suspicious. They quickly noted that after his initial stop at the liquor store, he was seen spending more of the ransom banknotes in various other shops throughout the week. Although, as the surveillance continued, to the police's surprise, Ferdy didn't show any signs of meeting with accomplices or communicating with a larger group. Now, there was always the idea that Ferdy either knew he was being watched and wasn't acting as normal, was conducting communication
Or he
behind
lived with
closed
them.
doors, or he'd simply be called in when he was needed, and that the surveillance team had monitored him at a bad time. But regardless, after a few weeks of close surveillance, authorities were none the wiser on the larger criminal network behind Ferdy, or more importantly, the location of Herriot. But after seeing more of the ransom bills being spent, knowing that Ferdy Alsace was in some way linked to the ransom cash,
They had
and
to keep
still
going.
needing more information, on the 6th of April 1988, 7 months after the abduction, police travelled to Landsmeer and raided Ferdy Alsace's home. He was arrested on suspicion of participating in a criminal gang that had allegedly been responsible for the kidnap of
Bro,
Herriot.
7 months? I'm surprised he's not dead by now.
Let's do this.
Nobody cares about Panda, bro.
How long have you been sitting here?
I just need to make my video, as cool as the collection.
What about...
So Ferdy's brought into custody for questioning. Finally,
This
the
is
police
kind
were
of a cool
sitting
video,
in
not gonna lie.
person opposite a prime suspect in the case. Ferdy was heavily questioned throughout the night as police dug deeper to uncover whatever they could. A flurry of questions was fired in his direction. Where was he on the night of the abduction? How was he tied to?
Yo, who's gonna remember where he was 7 months ago? Chat, if I asked you where you were on September 9th of last year, are y'all remembering? I'm not. How would you possibly remember where you were 7 months ago? I don't remember where I was last week on Tuesday. Like, it's that.
Communicating with a wider network to see if his story lined up with evidence that police
School
had
probably.
collected.
Okay, well,
Ferdy
yeah, but
was
like,
stuck,
you get what I'm saying.
flippantly
Like, after
answering
school, I
and
don't know where I
dancing
went.
around questions, but the information given didn't seem to match the police's suspicions. When asked where he was on the night of the kidnapping, he claimed he couldn't remember the day and that he may have gone on a long walk, but he was unsure. So as the interrogation progressed through the
That's
night,
fair, that's fair.
detectives pressed harder, applying more pressure in an attempt to get Ferdy to slip up or reveal key information. Well, what Ferdy didn't realise was during his arrest, officers had searched his home. and they would make a shocking discovery. They found a meticulous plan of the kidnapping, laying out the date, the route, and the weapon to be used for the abduction. This was suddenly more than a man just spending a bill from the ransom set. They now knew Ferdy Elsas played a key role in the abduction, a more senior member of the network than police first thought. It was now just a matter of
Wait, where are his kids and wife? Are they not home?
identifying the other key players, and of course, Herritt's location. So back at the station, with huge additional leverage, police quiz Ferdy on the found evidence, basically telling him they knew he was involved, to see how this would change his demeanour. Well, not long after police reveal they found Ferdy's documents, suddenly, he admits he knows Herritt's location.
Damn.
A squad of police cars race out of the police station, driving through the dead of night as they speed
Wait, so where is
towards
he?
the location
This is tough.
Ferdy had given.
Good video.
And eventually,
Normally not my type of speed, but good video. I wouldn't watch this by itself. I would watch like Joe react to it or something, but it's a good video.
they arrive at a forest. Moving through the dark woods, they reach a somewhat small clearing, somewhere in the centre of the forest.
Mild
They
J
had made
really
it
cooked.
to the described location. A team of officers frantically excavate the forest floor, and to their horror,
A bunker.
they had finally found Herritt Van Hine.
He's
On
dead.
the night of September 9th, 1987, Ferdy Elsas had driven from his home in Landsmeer to Bloomendal, abducted Herritt Hine, and headed into the woods. But as Ferdy told Herritt that he
From watching the reactor to being the reactor. Chat, am I a good reactor? Do y'all like when I react to videos? I feel like I'm decent at reacting. It's like videos like these, like I don't really know how to react because I don't know about this, you know what I mean? Like I don't have any background knowledge about this.
would be handed over to an accomplice once they got into the forest. An accomplice was nowhere to be seen. In the woods, Ferdy had drew his rifle and shot Herritt dead on the spot a few hours after the abduction.
So he's been dead for 7 months. Yeah, but that stuff, bro. He's been dead for they've been contacting with this dude for 7 months, and they've all been, so these have been tape recordings from an hour-long period of time. Holy, okay, so let me get this straight. They took tape recordings from like an hour's worth of span. They just did a bunch of tape recordings and told him to like count to 20, told him to do this, do that, do that. After all the tape recordings, they drove him to the forest and shot him.
Throughout the
Wow.
entire investigation, all the letters, the back and forth, the ransom arrangements, the phone calls, there was no gang, no larger network, and sadly, no Herritt. It was all a meticulous plan, run and executed by one man, Ferdy
Top 10 plot twists in crime, Loki.
Elsas.
Loki.
Police located the weapon in a small creek behind Ferdy's home.
How do you locate the weapon 7 months after it's used?
And as far as the voice recordings go, they were simply recorded on the car journey to the forest. And
Yep.
as for the pinky finger, Ferdy had removed it shortly after the murder.
I mean, at least he didn't chop his finger off. But, yeah.
And preserved it in a thermos full of ice. He then drove back to
That's
Landsmeer
kinda smart,
and
low-key.
dumped his car in the river. After the ransom collection in the tunnel, he cycled to an assisted living facility where his parents lived and had spent a few days in a guest room in the basement before, of course, making the fatal error of spending bills
At the liquor
in
store.
the liquor store. In the following days, as the news of Herritt's murder was broadcast across the nation, people flocked to Herritt's makeshift grave at the burial site in the woods to pay their respects.
That's tough.
In the court case, Ferdy was reported as never expressing any form of remorse, and the judge considered him a cold man with no feelings.
Yeah, he's cold though, right? Damn, his head is probably freezing. Look at that. on some business in the front, party in the back shit. Look at this shit. Holy hairline, dude. He's brave. He's a brave person. I'd cut it all off. Chat, are you keeping it or are you cutting it off? Kevin got fooled so hard, but they really did, bro. They got baited.
When asked
They
how
got
he could have
baited.
executed the plan, he stated,
Late
"I was
April Fools. It is April at this point. I'm pretty sure it is April.
a military operation."
He low-key rocking it though. Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but low-key he is. Low-key he is.
And that he saw Herritt Van Hine not as a person, but as a tool, explaining that the ransom was not only to rid him of his financial difficulties, but to also finance future murders of others who had wronged him in the past. He also explained that
What happened?
he was a tall man with no feelings. When asked how he could have executed the plan, he stated, "I was in a military operation," and that he saw Harriet Van Hine not as a person, but as a tool, explaining that the ransom was not only to rid him of his financial difficulties, but to also finance future murders of others who had wronged him in the past. He also explained that he'd enjoyed instilling fear in the Hine family with the delivery of the severed Twinkie.
Bro's a menace. Bro's a menace to society. He enjoys sending fingers to the family. Can still fear. That's Aura. On some Joker Dark Knight shit. On some Joker Dark Knight shit. That's some Two-Face Joker Riddler shit.
December 1988, Ferdy Elsas was sentenced to 20 years in prison and
20 years, that's it? For killing somebody, sending fake letters to the family for 7 months, a hostage ransom, and a finger. 20 years, that's it? What did Garrett do to make this bum so mad? He said he was in the military, so I don't know what that's got to do with anything. But apparently he wronged him or something, maybe? I don't know.
court-ordered treatment in a specialised hospital. In 2000, he was pictured walking around during his first probationary leave, seen shopping in none other than an Albert Heijn grocery store.
Wow.
Ferdy was then fully released in August 2001, 13 years after his sentencing. He was released.
Bro, only 13 years? Like, bro, he should have been sentenced to death, no?
After completing the required hospital treatment and received a reduced sentence for good behaviour. During his prison term, he received intensive treatment for his uncontrollable resentment and underlying behavioural patterns, with the treatment proving so successful that forensic psychiatrists were almost certain he would no longer pose a danger to society. After his release, he would go on to do a handful of interviews discussing the murder, explaining that he was borderline mentally insane at the time, and admitted that he had fabricated the idea that the ransom was to finance future murders, and eventually...
Oh, he made that up. Tax evaders be getting more than this? Facts. Bro, tax evaders again, like, life.
Hank Hine actually went on to publicly state that she had forgiven Ferdy Elsas for the murder of her husband. Well, on the 3rd of August 2003, Ferdy would leave him.
Hey, W wife, chat, W wife. That's all I gotta say, bro. Can't hold on to that shit forever. You know what I mean? At some point, you gotta forgive people. At some point, you gotta forgive people and move on.
His home, set off on his bike, and would be involved in a fatal traffic collision in the village of Vorden, whilst he was coincidentally on the way to a dentist appointment.
No shot. No shot. No shot. On the way to a dentist appointment. So let me get this straight. He kidnapped the son who is the owner of Albert Heijn grocery store. He kidnapped him on the way to a dentist appointment. Then after getting out of prison, the first thing he did was went to an Albert Heijn to shop and got killed on his bike on the way to a dentist appointment. This is cinema. This is the greatest heist. This is the greatest kidnapping in history. I don't care. This is the greatest kidnapping in history.
Shocking abduction and murder of Gerrit Van Hine and the 8-month-long investigation that followed not only sits firmly in history as one of the most prolific in Dutch history, but casts a dark and saddening shadow across the history and story of the Albert Heijn Empire.
And so what did we learn, chat? What did we learn from this? Also, great video. Amazing video. What did we learn? Don't go to your dentist appointments. Get a free $20 Steam gift card? Yes, please. Chat is a scam. Where should I see? No. Don't go to the dentist. Facts. Chat, is this a scam? Is this a scam right here? Shop at Albert Heijn. So I'm getting a bunch of notifications. What up, chat? All right, chat. I think that's a great place to end it. What do we think? Do we want to end there? I will end there. Great videos. Next time we will react to. I think next time we do reacts, we'll do the Wii Fizz video. We'll do like a full stream of reacts. Technical vid, crazy kidnapping story, facts. That was actually a good vid. Where he circled around, yeah. That was amazing. That was a good vid. I did like that. We'll react to more. I'll do reacts like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. I don't know, something like that. We'll do a few reacts. But yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a great rest of your night. I will see y'all tomorrow for what's tomorrow? Wednesday? No, Thursday. We'll decide if we want to do Retro Rewind. I think maybe we'll like chill for a bit on stream and decide if we want to do Retro Rewind. But yeah. These long reacts to crazy stories are peak. Bro, I want to do Refees. I also want to do that airlines shit we did, and I want to do Fern. But we will do those across the next few streams. I'll do like a long reacts one day. We do like a 4-hour react day one day. Something like that. But yeah. Hope you all enjoyed it. I will see y'all soon, alright? Peace.